podcast, all.
Payments. With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-212-2828. 800-212-2828. That's 800-212-2828.
You've never been one to idly watch someone else do something for you. There's pride in self-reliance, in working with your hands, in harnessing the power of an E3 spark plug with Diamond Fire technology yielding better engine performance. You have a choice to make. Take control of your ride, of your life, or be the passenger princess of it. Visit e3sparkplugs.com to put the power in your hands.
Moments on MRN Classic Races on any podcast platform.
This is Harrison Burton. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on the Motor Racing Network.
From Pocono Raceway, this is NASCAR Live Race Day.
Kyle Busch can almost get out and walk from here.
One more time around Pocono Raceway for Kyle Busch. He is broken free for the rest of the field. He has overcome adversity here this afternoon, and when it matters most, he is at the top of the leaderboard, and he's across the tunnel turn for the final time.
That Toyota, blue in the front, white in the middle, red on the rear. Red, white, and blue Toyota for the final time. He clears the short chute. Kyle Busch to the inside of turn number 3, up off from the final corner onto the front straight.
He overcomes a speeding penalty. He leads for 2/3 of the race, including the final 40 laps. Kyle Busch wins at Pocono.
Kyle Busch. We still miss him, and we always will here in the world of NASCAR racing as we continue to roll forward with heavy hearts. Drivers being introduced to the crowd trackside right now. Qualifying was held a little earlier today, and Brandon Jones picked up the pole position. He's with our Steve Post from nearby Halstead, Pennsylvania.
164.576 miles per hour on the racetrack. So, Brandon, sounds like you have a fast race car, at least on one lap. What'd you learn about your car, though, overall here on this tricky triangle?
I know. I was very happy to get Toyota their 200th pole. I keep seeing that pop in my email, and none of us keep getting it. I'm like, when is it going to come? And I don't know who's going to get it. So it was cool to achieve that. I've got, I think, 500th win for Toyota, and now the 200 pole. So I'm adding my name to the milestones here for Toyota. But yeah, it was it's interesting here. The lap has never really felt that good, even when you have a really fast one like we did. I remember last year being second, thinking, ooh, that could be 15th to 20th, and it was second. So it's hard to get a read on this track. You know, I mean, I think in practice it was much slower than predicted this time around. Lower grip. It seems like it's the same tire, but it feels a little bit different than when we were here last year. So it's going to make for a great race. You know, I think a lot of people are going to struggle with their balance, and so when that happens, the racing typically is really good because passing now becomes possible here. So it's a fun racetrack. It's very different. It's the tricky triangle for a reason. All three corners are so unique at this track. So I've got a truck win here, but I want an O'Reilly Auto Parts win. The trophy is just so dang cool not to try to go get it, right? So we'll push hard. It was nice to have an off week last week, regroup here and be really fast.
That truck win back in 2020. So what does your car need to do at this racetrack? Is there an area you need to excel at? Is there an area you can sacrifice? How do you balance it all out here at this racetrack?
Interestingly enough, you can't get all three corners perfect, so you have to pick and choose a little bit about where you want to be good at, and I think the biggest speed loss and passing zone is going to be turn 3. The straightaway's massive here, so you want to try to really get off at turn 3 good. The guys that don't, you can get really good runs on them. So we're all going to, I'm sure, be focusing on turn 3, but it's one of those things, you play this game of watching people's weaknesses when you get behind them, and you're trying to pick those apart and trying to make your car a little bit better where they're not.
Well, don't get behind them.
Perfect. I'll stay out front.
There's the go. That's Brendan Jones. We've got a good plan in play down here. He'll start on the pole position.
Well, to stay out front, he's going to have to keep his teammate in his rearview mirror. Taylor Gray drives for Joe Gibbs Racing as well. Taylor will start in the second position today, victorious earlier this year at the Kansas Speedway. Let's get Taylor's thoughts. He's with Chris Wilner of Carmel, Indiana.
Yeah, and his 3 front row starts are top 10 starting spots here at Pocono. So, Taylor, the off week, you come into this track where it's been pretty good to you with a couple of straight top 10s. So how would you assess where your race car's at as you barrel it off into turn 1 next to your teammate?
Yeah, it's tough to say. I feel like we kind of fought two different, or kind of on each side of the balance bar there between practice and qualifying. I feel like we're really tight in practice and got our car really good in qualifying. Maybe just aired just a little on the free side, but it's hard to say. They brought a different right side tire here than we've ran here before, so chasing that a little bit in practice. I don't know. I'm kind of in the dark, I guess, is a little bit as anybody else would be getting into 1. So hopefully it drives good, right? And then I get the lead here and hopefully get some clean air and cruise to a stage 1.
It's hard to believe it's 8 to go in the regular season. Sitting 12th where you're at, right on that cut line. When's the sense of urgency beginning, or has it already begun now that we're off that first off week of the year?
Yeah, I think it's begun already. We just had some really unfortunate circumstances the last 2 weeks. Hitting oil in Charlotte and wrecking, and just some bad luck, right? We've had really good speed and just haven't finished where we should just due to bad luck, things happening that really aren't in our control. So we really focused on just control what we can control, right, and execute the race to the best of our capabilities, and the finishes will come. Just, yeah, again, like you said, a little bit of urgency right now, just being 12th on that cut line, just need to be better getting into the chase, especially to have an opportunity to win a championship, right? Just need to be higher in points and have that higher point seed.
All right, that's Taylor Gray. Hopefully that starts today here at Pocono. He starts second here this afternoon.
His advantage to stay inside the top 12 is only 12 points.
Sonoma, a spectacular setting for this race.
They make contact. It's side by side through turn number 12. At the line, it's going to be Sawallich. Unbelievable.
Oh, and a race leader.
But we just had a really good race car, and that's what it takes. It takes a good group of guys, a good crew. This is really a team sport.
Catch the ARCA Menard Series West at Sonoma Raceway, Friday, June 26th at 6:15 Eastern, live on the NASCAR channel.
Hey, Joliet, did you miss us? NASCAR is back for the biggest 4th of July weekend in 250 years. Salute our heroes, continue our traditions, and celebrate America, featuring the Busch Light Summer Music Series. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of speed. NASCAR weekend at Chicagoland Speedway, July 3rd through 5th. Get your tickets now at chicagolandspeedway.com.
Coming up, we'll hear from some more of the drivers before they climb aboard their race cars. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR. Introducing the RE4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Experience uncensored real-time audio from drivers and crews. All hands-free and wireless with Bluetooth functionality. Fast, lightweight, and zero latency, the RE4000 keeps you locked into every pass, every pit stop, and every checkered flag. Plus, with automatic over-the-air programming at major events, setup is quick and effortless. Check it out at racingelectronics.com today.
Are you ready for sights, sounds, and speed that'll shake you to your core? To see NASCAR stars like Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, and Ross Chastain attack the asphalt? Are you ready to make memories that'll last a lifetime? Yeah? You're ready. Then we got one more question. What are you waiting for? To experience the thrill of a NASCAR race in person, visit NASCAR.com/tickets.
Find your local radio station or check out Motor Racing Network's broadcast schedule on MRN.com.
We welcome you back to Pocono Raceway. As promised, get you right back downstairs. Steve Post is caught up with a driver making his third O'Reilly start of the season.
As the O'Reilly Auto Parts third start here, driving for Junior Motorsports, is William Byron down here. William, a third start of the season for Junior Motorsports, qualified in the third spot. How good is your race car?
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of fighting similar things out there. I feel like I thought my balance was loose to start practice, and I think it was just maybe the ARCA rubber on the track. So the injured car's Chevy should be good. Just got to see how the balance changes throughout the day, and hopefully just improve those things.
Can you describe to our listeners this front stretch on restarts and getting into turn number 1 on restarts? I mean, it's huge in the Cup side, but it's still pretty big here in the O'Reilly side as well. What's that like, trying to position yourself down in turn 1 on a start?
Yeah, I feel like with these cars, it's just going to be really easy to get loose under somebody. So being able to just not get free underneath someone and keep the throttle down on exit is going to be really important, and having forward momentum off of 1. But yeah, I'm sure you'll still see 3 wide moves, because there's still the possibility of that, but it's more about how you exit turn 1.
Exiting turn number 1, that's William Byron. He finished third in this race back in 2024.
The last time the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series was on the racetrack, Justin Allgaier was celebrating his 4th win of the season at Nashville Superspeedway. He's also won at Phoenix, he's won at Darlington, and he's also won at Martinsville. Now, he's going to try to add a Pocono win to his 2026 winning record. Justin is with Chris Wilner.
And today, Mike, he will start 4th, and we were just talking about it. That Eagle Trophy is elusive in your trophy case. You've been close here before, Justin. How badly do you want to get that one done, especially years ago, or the last couple of years you've been so close to getting one done?
Yeah, I mean, the seconds that we've had, the strong cars that we've had every time we've come here, I mean, it's I don't know. I've been lucky enough to get one here in the ARCA Series, but there would be nothing more than I would love to add one here to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Really proud of our whole team. Our Carolina Carport Chevrolet was really good in practice. It's just, man, one small mistake equals a big lap time loss. And honestly, in qualifying, I did the same thing. I had a small little, well, I had a big moment over the tunnel bump, but it was driver error. But, it cost us maybe getting the pole, but we got a great starting spot. I got a great team behind me, great pit stops. So we're just going to go out there, we're going to execute all day, and hopefully put ourselves in position for probably a late race restart, because there's plenty of those here. We'll put ourselves in position for a late race restart and try to go win this thing.
When you look at your season and the 4 wins and the championship points lead that you have, when you have an off week, how I know it didn't probably feel like an off week, but how do you kind of keep that momentum forward here as we make a push for the chase?
Well, I went to work. I went back and did the family business, but this team, the off week, they put so much effort into not only here, but we have this stretch of San Diego and Sonoma. They put so much work into the off weekends, and I'm really proud of our race team. Not just our 17, but all of Junior Motorsports, Hendrick Shop, everybody that's putting effort into this, because it takes a whole team to make these race cars go on the racetrack, and we proved that this afternoon. I mean, to start 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and not far behind on the 1 car. So, great starting efforts. We just got to go out there and execute. We'll be in good shape.
All eyes will be on Justin Allgaier. He starts 4th today at Pocono.
He's got 2 runner-up finishes here at the Tricky Triangle, but he did claim a checkered flag in an ARCA Menard Series race here back in August of 2008.
The year was 1993. The NASCAR Cup Series season kicked off with the Dale and Dale Show at the Daytona 500.
Dale Jarrett's got the lead. He goes to the inside. Earnhardt's not going to get him. Dale Jarrett is going to win the Daytona 500 by STP. Earnhardt second.
The 1993 NASCAR Cup Series season. All the highs and lows. Relive them all on MRN's exclusive podcast, The 1993 Season. Available on podcast platforms and MRN.com.
For 250 years, America has been more than a place. It's been a promise, a story of courage, hope, and dreams. And through it all, local TV and radio broadcasters have been there, telling the story of America, bringing truth to light. Broadcasters tell the story of who we are and who we aspire to be. We are America's storytellers. We are broadcasters. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Today's MillerTech Battery 250 at Pocono Raceway is 100 laps, 250 miles. Stage breaks will come our way at laps 25 and 50. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Every time the siren sounds or lights flash, someone's life is on the line. At Whelen Engineering, we know first responders carry that weight every day. That's why for over 70 years, we've led the emergency warning industry, designing and manufacturing the lights, sirens, and safety systems they trust right here in America. Because when the mission is critical, there's no room for second best. Whelen Engineering, trusted to protect first responders.
Platform. Introducing the RE4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Experience uncensored real-time audio from drivers and crews, all hands-free and wireless with Bluetooth functionality. Fast, lightweight, and zero latency, the RE4000 keeps you locked into every pass, every pit stop, and every checkered flag. Plus, with automatic over-the-air programming at major events, setup is quick and effortless. Check it out at racingelectronics.com today.
This is Austin Hill. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on the Motor Racing Network.
Welcome back to Pocono Raceway, counting it down to the start of the Miller Tech Battery 250. There is a driver amongst us that is about to establish a career milestone. Today he will tie. Next week he will break it. We're speaking of Jeremy Clements of Spartanburg, South Carolina. And with more, here's Steve Post.
547 starts, the most starts here in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Jeremy, just what does it mean to you to tie here today the start record that starts here in the O'Reilly Series?
It's really special. You know, when I set out to start racing in NASCAR, I never saw this day coming, so this is pretty surreal. It's so much fun. I feel like I got a ton of gas left in the tank, so I'm ready to get after it today at Pocono, one of my favorite tracks, see what this all-South electric Chevy has. I think if we can just get the balance right, we'll be up there to contend. And you never know, this race, it can get wild, it can get crazy, or we can see some fuel strategy. So looking forward to it. We got a fast Chevy. We'll see what happens.
Lots of opportunity, that's for sure. 547 starts for Jeremy Clements. Let's go further up the grid to a driver that has 12 starts. He's with Chris Wilder.
Yeah, and that's Brent Cruz in the Mobile One colors for JGR. So you got that second place at Nashville. You get a weekend off. You're closing in on that chase cutoff. For missing 4 races, that's pretty good, but you come to a new track in Pocono. What was your first assessment in practice, and how good do you feel now going into the race?
Yeah, I feel really good. It's all just a blessing to be able to drive these fast Mobile One Toyota Supers every week, and cool to have Young Life when they're on too. So yeah, last week was great. Looking for more. We're close to our first win, but just excited. It's been a total blast to be able to run these every week, and yeah, just looking for our first win.
He and crew chief Seth Chofka are doing great work. Another top 10 starting spot for Brent Cruz. Again, he'll start 8th today, looking one of a handful of drivers looking for their first career win here at Pocono.
Closing in on pre-race ceremonies.
Down here, Ryan Blaney gets 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does.
Sunoco cans injected into the car. Bubba Wallace down and away.
All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR. From the track to your tank. Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR.
Introducing the RE4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Experience uncensored, real-time audio from drivers and crews, all hands-free and wireless Bluetooth functionality, fast, lightweight, and zero latency. The RE4000 keeps you locked into every pass, every pit stop, and every checkered flag. Plus, with automatic over-the-air programming at major events, setup is quick and effortless. Check it out at racingelectronics.com today.
From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
When you devour Jack Links, the official real meat protein snack of NASCAR, you could win twice. First, because real meat protein can help boost your libido.
Hey, I've noticed you've boosted your libido.
Thank you for noticing. And second, because you can enter the Jack Links Eat, Meet, and Win sweepstakes for a chance to win 4 epic NASCAR getaways, tickets, and more at jacklinks.com/NASCAR. Libido boost and people noticing your libido boost may vary. Enter now at jacklinks.com/NASCAR. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 12/31/26. U.S. residents 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Sponsor Link Snacks Inc.
Setting for this race.
They make contact. It's side by side through turn number 12. At the line, it's going to be Sawalage. Unbelievable.
Oh, and a race leader
But we just had a really good race car, and that's what it takes. It takes a good group of guys, a good crew. This is really a team sport.
Catch the ARCA Menard Series West at Sonoma Raceway, Friday, June 26th at 6:15 Eastern, live on the NASCAR channel.
Motor Racing Network's Wayne's Nation. Sprint Car Talk with Steve Post, Aaron Evernham, and Ashley Streving.
Closing in on pre-race ceremonies, but first, back to pit lane and Steve Post.
Connor Zelich rolls off from the 14th spot here. He's the defending race winner of this event here at Pocono. So, Connor, how are things comparing with this Chevrolet to the one you had last year?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had some work to do after practice to get it better, but I feel like, you know, we worked on it in practice, and we're going to end up basically right back where we started. So, yeah, I'm confident that we made the right adjustments, and we'll be good here in the race. This track always races pretty well, and it was a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of fun, that's for sure. That's Connor Zelich. Rodney Childers, the crew chief, calling the shots this year. Last year was Dale Earnhardt Jr., crew chief, calling the shots on this car. We'll see how Connor does. Again, Connor Zelich starts in the 14th spot.
Was Connor Zelich, a rookie in the NASCAR Cup Series, met with a lot of adversity and challenge on that side of the aisle. However, this is a potential day for him to basically get some good vibrations going and get some good feeling, some good mojo, because we all know he needs it based on what he's been encountering lately on Sundays.
Yeah, it's been a rough stretch in his rookie campaign full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series, but anytime you get a good finish and a good shot of momentum, that can only help you confidence-wise and potentially carry over. So, yeah, he's looking just for something positive to happen in his career. So, Todd, as we get set to go to pre-race ceremonies and put the green flag in the air, what types of things will you be looking for in the running of 250 miles today?
See how the restarts work out in turn one, as we talked with William Byron about how wide this place can get and what lanes people can take advantage of. I want to see who gets through the tunnel turn and gets things sorted out back there. The splitters on these cars, getting across those bumps, that's going to be a challenge for these guys. If we can get through the tunnel turn, I think that's going to be a good place for a good race-winning car.
It's going to be interesting to see how these drivers basically adapt to the changing conditions of the track, adapt also to each end of the racetrack. As Alex mentioned, there is no straightaway that is alike. There's no corner that is alike. There's no banking of any corner that is the same. Basically, all three ends of this racetrack totally different.
Yeah, and that's something that these drivers have to adjust to and figure out where their car is going to be the best. Now, let's go trackside for pre-race ceremonies here at Pocono.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans, render a hand salute as the Ligonier Valley High School United States Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome the wife of NASCAR Cup Series driver Christopher Bell, Morgan Bell.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for the ability to be in attendance here at Pocono Raceway today to enjoy this sport we all love so much. Thank you for all the men, women, and their families who fight for us to have the freedom to be here today. Thank you for the talent you have given to every driver, crew member, and please give them all the strength and courage to compete to their highest abilities today. We ask that you please watch over all the drivers, crew members, officials, and race fans here today and keep them safe. I also pray, Lord, that you continue to keep your comforting hand on Samantha, Brexton, and Lennox and the entire Bush family. And it is in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome electric guitarist Thomas Amoriello, along with ASL signer Taylor Beagle.
The Miller Tech Battery 250 at Pocono is next.
NASCAR Live Race Day has been brought to you by Toyota Racing. Your race, your story. Be part of the action at ToyotaRacingUSA.com.
NASCAR history.
What I learned from Ken Squire, Barney Hall, and Ned Jarrett, I could never repay. Ken never told me what to say or what not to say. I learned very quickly that I was never going to be another Ken Squire. I don't think anybody could rise to that level.
Motor Racing Network's NASCAR Live presents podcasts. 50 years of MRN. Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career, the 1993 season, Junior's Journey, and more. Search for NASCAR Live on your favorite podcast platform.
Hi, folks. Kyle Petty here. I want to tell you about a place that's dear to my heart, Victory Junction. It's a year-round camp that gives kids with complex medical and physical conditions life-changing experiences that are fun, empowering, and always free for families. Please help Victory Junction support kids who need it the most by making a donation today. Any amount will help kids attend camp for free. Help make a difference by visiting victoryjunction.org/donate.
From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
You've never been one to idly watch someone else do something for you. There's pride in self-reliance, in working with your hands, in harnessing the power of an E3 spark plug with Diamond Fire technology, yielding better engine performance. You have a choice to make. Take control of your ride, of your life, or be the passenger princess of it. Visit e3sparkplugs.com to put the power in your hands.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-212-2828. 800-212-2828. That's 800-212-2828.
Or NASCAR.com.
This is Brandon Jones. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on the Motor Racing Network.
Live on the Motor Racing Network, it's the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Let's get a big thumbs up. Get ready to rock and roll and pass the race cars today, pal. Hey, boys, let's execute. Have a good day.
Today, the Miller Tech Battery 250, presented by KOA from Pocono Raceway. Brought to you by Freeway Insurance. More ways to choose, more ways to save. Freeway, your way. By Hardee's. Get the Hardee's app and join My Rewards, and we'll start you off with a free sandwich. Plus, earn rewards with every dollar spent and order ahead. By Shady Rays Sunglasses. Lose them, break them, replace them. By Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. By Sunoco. From NASCAR to your car, Sunoco. Performance is what we do. And by Toyota Racing. Your race, your story. Be part of the action at ToyotaRacingUSA.com.
Back at Pocono Raceway, getting ready to fire the engines for the Miller Tech Battery 250. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network. Motor Racing Network is in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania today. The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series getting ready to take to this mammoth 2-mile racetrack for 100 laps. Mike Bagley alongside Alex Hayden and Todd Gordon. We've heard from Steve Post and Chris Wilner. Soon we will bring in Kyle Rickey, Tim Catalfemo, and Nathan Prouty from the corners, and we will be describing this 100-lap journey through this portion of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it is. This is a difficult racetrack, and track position is certainly everything here at Pocono Raceway. If you're up front, you have it to start with, don't lose it. If you're further back in the field at the start of the race, then you got to figure out a way to try to gain that track position. His strategy comes into play on this, but 100 laps is not a long race here at Pocono Raceway, and the opportunities to come pit lane for adjustments are fewer than more.
And we will be following the travels of all these teams, the ones, the haves and the have-nots, if you were, because you're going to have that group of cars up front that are going to be content. But you mentioned how there's not much time to get the job done here. So if you're starting towards the tail end of the field, you don't have much time to get to the front. You're going to have to exercise pit strategy and obviously some muscle on the racetrack as well. This is, while short in length, this will tax the teams in every element to be successful today.
Drivers cannot afford to make big mistakes out on the racetrack. Momentum is still very much a thing with these O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race cars. You roll out of the throttle too much, you're going to be overtaken by multiple cars. Now, let's go trackside for the command of fire engines here at Pocono. So as we await the command of fire engines here at the tricky triangle, drivers are aboard their race cars as we get set to go here one more time. Let's go trackside.
He took a different mic. The guy's mic wasn't working.
A microphone malfunction has basically taken over here at the start-finish line. We're getting the replacement mic now.
MillerTech Racing family.
Drivers, start your engine!
And there we go. The command to fire engines, and we're getting ready to go racing here in Pocono, Pennsylvania.
Wherever you are in life, Freeway gives you more ways to choose and more ways to save. You choose the coverage, you choose the price. Because at Freeway, it's all about real people, real choices, and real savings for every driver. No matter where you live, Freeway's here to help. Your way. And remember, you always win with Freeway. Go to freeway.com and start saving today. Freeway, your way.
NASCAR fans, iRacing Studios brings you NASCAR 25. Race hundreds of the biggest stars of the sport on top tracks from Daytona to Sonoma. Start your career in the ARCA Menard Series and work your way up to Cup while managing team members, sponsors, and more. Or compete online with NASCAR fans around the world. NASCAR 25, available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Head to NASCAR25.com to buy now.
Starting lineup is up next. First from Pocono Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Meet the all-new RE4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Hear uncensored audio from your favorite drivers or listen to the live MRN radio broadcast, all hands-free and wireless with Bluetooth technology. Fast, lightweight, and built for race day, the RE4000 delivers zero latency so you never miss a moment of the action. Powerful, wireless, effortless, that's the RE4000. Learn more at racingelectronics.com.
Join Mike Bagley every week on the Motor Racing Network for the latest news and driver interviews on NASCAR Live.
Now, here's the starting lineup.
38 cars will roll off the starting grid. Joey Gase will start shotgun on the field in 38th. Josh Bilicki will start 37th, with Cole Custer in 36th. Dean Thompson is your 35th starter. Dexter Bean, after crashing in qualifying, will start in 34th. Blaine Perkins will start 33rd. Nathan Bird 32nd. And Natalie Decker will roll off in 31st.
Carson Ware starts 30th. Leland Honeyman will start 29th. Patrick Emmerling 28th. Patrick Starpoli starts 27th. Rajah Caruth is the 28th 26th starter. LeVar Scott starts 25th. Ryan Ellis goes 24th. Harrison Burton starts 23rd. Nick Sanchez 22nd. And Jesse Love starts 21st.
Kyle Sieg will start in the 20th position. Brennan Poole starts 19th. 18th starter is Jeb Burton. 17th will be Austin Hill. Sheldon Creed starts in the 16th position with Jeremy Clements in 15th. Connor Zillich, driving for Junior Motorsports, will start in the 14th spot. 13th will be Parker Retzloff. Anthony Alfredo starts 12th. And Corey Day will start this race in 11th.
William Sawalich starts 10th. Ryan Sieg will start 9th. And Brent Cruz 8th. Sam Mayer qualified 7th. Carson Quapple starts 6th. Going to post in the number 5 spot will be Sammy Smith. Justin Allgaier will start 4th. William Byron starts 3rd. And on the front row, Taylor Gray 2nd. Winning the pole in qualifying earlier today in the Menards Ortho Toyota, Brandon Jones.
Field is exiting pit road and pulling up onto the Pocono Raceway for the first of several pace and parade laps. As Alex and I have discussed so far, this is a mammoth racetrack, 2.5 miles, a scalene triangle, which means it's not a true triangle, it is offset. When the field comes out of turn number 3, they will race down the front straightaway, the longest front stretch in all of NASCAR, 3,740 feet, and that gives them ample enough time to think about the moves that they want to make when they race into turn number 1. Let's bring in our turn announcers with the Shady Rays view from the turns. Brought to you by Shady Rays. Shady Rays, the official eyewear of 2311 Racing. Premium polarized sunglasses backed by lost and broken protection. New customers save 20% at shadyrays.com. When the field reaches turn 1, they will race into the view of Kyle Rickey of Killingly, Connecticut.
All right, thank you very much, Mikey, and good afternoon, everybody. From a billboard just to the outside of turn number 1, a turn that comes at the end of that long 5/8 mile straightaway that will see these cars reach over 190 miles per hour before the drivers have to get hard on the brakes and dive onto the 14-degree banking of this corner. Fairly tight radius, 6 or 7 lanes of asphalt, but the inner 2 lanes are preferred for these drivers here this afternoon. Getting into the corner, important, but getting off the corner to the exit of turn number 1, just as important, as these drivers are going to want to build as much speed and momentum as possible onto the Long Pond straightaway. Should be a great day of racing. We'll have it all covered here in turn number 1 this afternoon. Once off of turn number 1, it's on to the aforementioned Long Pond Straight and into the view of Marlboro, New Jersey's Tim Catalfama.
Thank you very much, Kyle Rickey. Good afternoon, everyone. Here in turn number 2, otherwise known as the tunnel turn at Pocono Raceway. And when they exit turn 1, where Kyle Rickey is this afternoon, they will race down that Long Pond straightaway, which is 3,000 feet long, plenty wide enough for drivers to really space themselves out, get 2, 3, and 4 wide. However, when they get to the tunnel turn, they have to get in line because it's very difficult to go side by side through this very tricky turn number 2. It is relatively flat, banked at just 8 degrees, and it is very bumpy. Those bumps have gotten worse over the years, and drivers will tell you the car really wants to get sideways and step out on you when you come through this set of corners at the speeds that they are carrying. So they've got to be careful when they do that. When they exit turn number 2, they will hit another short straightaway and then race into the view of Shingle House, Pennsylvania's Nathan Prouty.
Thank you very much, Tim, and hello, everybody. Once the field gets onto that short chute, that's just a touch under 1,800 feet, they will race into turn number 3. Turn 3 is very wide. It's also very flat, just 6 degrees of banking over here at this end of the racetrack, and although it is not as bumpy as the tunnel turn in turn 2, the biggest threat over here are the seams that have developed and worsened over the years, and some of the drivers said this morning this will force them to enter the corner a little higher than they usually would, but we still anticipate some great 2 and even 3 wide battles at times. On top of having to deal with some of those side-by-side battles, they will also need to be mindful to keep good corner speed to set up for good drive off to make their way down that long front straightaway. It's a beautiful day here. It should be a fun one as well at Pocono Raceway, and I'll cover all the action at this end of the property from high atop the Coca-Cola billboard just outside of turn number 3.
And that is a trip around the 2.5 mile Pocono Raceway.
Whether you're at the track or headed out for the weekend, Shady Rays has you covered. Get premium polarized sunglasses built for performance, style, and everyday adventure. Every pair is backed by Shady Rays lost and broken protection, so if life happens, we've got your back. Long days in the sun call for sunglasses you can count on. Premium quality, all-day comfort, and protection you won't find anywhere else. New customers save 20% today at shadyrays.com.
Sonoma, a spectacular setting for this race.
They make contact. It's side by side through turn number 12. At the line, it's going to be Sawallich. Unbelievable.
Oh, and a race leader.
But we just had a really good race car, and that's what it takes. It takes a good group of guys, a good crew. This is really a team sport.
Catch the ARCA Menard Series West at Sonoma Raceway, Friday, June 26th at 6:15 Eastern, live on the NASCAR channel.
From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
NASCAR fans, the time is now to turn your love of racing into free tickets, merchandise, VIP experiences, and much, much more. Rack up fan rewards points by watching races at home, playing fantasy, completing challenges, and visiting tracks. Then redeem your points for epic prizes. You are in the driver's seat. What are you waiting for? Sign up for the free NASCAR Fan Rewards loyalty program today at NASCAR.com/fan rewards.
Sonoma, a spectacular setting for this race.
They make contact. It's side by side through turn number 12. At the line, it's going to be Sawallich. Unbelievable.
Oh, and a race leader.
But we just had a really good race car, and that's what it takes. It takes a good group of guys, a good crew. This is really a team sport.
Catch the ARCA Menard Series West at Sonoma Raceway, Friday, June 26th at 6:15 Eastern, live on the NASCAR channel.
This is Jesse Love. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts series on the Motor Racing Network.
Half a lap from the green flag. Final thought from pit road. Steve Post.
Good to have Nick Sanchez back. It's been quite a 7 months. He got shuffled out of a ride, had a team shut down, but today is the first of 4 starts from Peterson Racing. He starts in the 22nd spot. He's got a couple of top 5 finishes in the ARCA Menard Series here at Pocono, and he's hoping to jumpstart that career and get it back on track with a good run here today. Chris Wilner?
Carson Quappo's season of musical chairs lands him back in the 9 car for JRM for the 4th time this year. He's 7th in points and also trying to become the 6th different winner for Junior Motorsports, of course led by Justin Allgaier's 4 victories. He's poised to be the next first-time winner if you look at the stats. 4 career runner-ups, 3 straight top 10s after the bye week. He was 6th here last year and told me all the JRM cars are pretty close. They feel like they've got a good setup as he tries to steer Phillip Bell in this 9 team to victory lane.
Time now to get this race underway as the field works their way through turn number 3. The pace car still at the front of the field will make its way to the pit lane to call the start of today's race for the Motor Racing Network from Milford, Delaware. Here's Mike Bagley.
Fans rise to their feet here at Pocono, waiting for the green flag to be shown to the field that is doubled up. Here they come to the start-finish line. The green is up, and we're off and running. Brandon Jones gets a good start, half car length out in front. Taylor Gray, his teammate, to his left elbow as they race to turn 1 for the first time this afternoon.
From the outside lane for Brandon Jones to the outside in turn number 1, but here comes Taylor Gray right back down to the bottom. Junior Motorsports teammates go side by side for position number 3 with William Byron to the inside of Justin Allgaier.
And there's trouble off at turn number 1. One car goes spinning down to the inside of the racetrack, hits the inside retaining wall on the back straightaway. It is difficult to make out who that car is. I believe it is Patrick Starpoli, but it is difficult to tell. One car going for a spin off turn 1.
Corey Day will go for a spin off turn number 1, and Jesse Love nailed him coming off the corner. Jesse has got damage to that Wheelan Chevrolet on the nose, but Corey Day is torn up front and back to Tim Catalfamo.
Corey Day got loose coming off of turn number 1. He was in the middle of the pack right as he was exiting the banking in turn number 1 onto the flat part of that Long Pond straightaway. Over the years, drivers have talked about sometimes that unloading, if you will, coming out of the banking onto the flat makes the car really loose. It looked to be that's what happened to Corey Day, and then, of course, Jesse Love in his Chevrolet Camaro had nowhere to go.
That was a hard hit by Corey Day. He got pounded by the Jesse Love car, rocketed him down to the inside safer barrier where he pirouetted off of that. AMR safety team is on the site right now. Window net is down as they talk to Corey Day.
Day obviously going to go to the infield care center. That started earlier in the turn. I noticed Brent Cruz skating wide in the corner, and then Corey Day, that is, lost traction at corner exit. Kyle seemed like everybody was doing their share of tiptoeing through turn 1.
They were indeed, especially after an eventful qualifying session at this end of the racetrack earlier today. A lot of slip sliding around then, and here on lap number 1, everyone trying to jockey for position. Some 2 and 3 wide racing just outside of the top 10. That's where where that contact was made, and unfortunately, Jesse Love and Corey Day finding each other here on lap number 1 at the exit of the corner.
Yeah, that's a tough break there. Jesse Love had a difficult qualifying effort, got him started in the middle of the pack, and that's right back there where things tend to go in the wrong direction. Let's go to pit lane. Steve Post.
Jesse Love just brought the wheel in Chevrolet in, and one of the crew members just communicating with Danny Stockman, the crew chief, and he just said the oil cooler is killed on the race car. So they're going to go back to the garage. Yeah, they're leaking oil now on the front here in the pit box as well. So unfortunately for Jesse Love, it's going to be a short day. They are going to take a look at it to see if they can get him back out, but they're going to take it back to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series garage with a lot of damage on the nose of this race car.
Corey Day finishing 6th. The last time we were on track with these cars at Nashville Superspeedway 2 weekends ago.
Down here, Ryan Blaney gets 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does.
Sunoco cans injected into the car, bubble wall is down and away.
All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR, from the track to your tank. Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR.
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty, and I want to tell you about a place that's near and dear to my heart, Victory Junction. It's a year-round camp that gives kids with complex medical and physical conditions life-changing experiences that are fun, empowering, and always free for families. Please help Victory Junction support kids who need it the most by getting involved today. Whether you know a child who could benefit, want to volunteer, or join our team, you can be a part of something truly special. Learn more by visiting victoryjunction.org.
Well, we've completed a quarter lap of green flag racing here at Pocono, and we are under the caution flag. Jesse Love is taking his car to the garage. Corey Day's car will be going to the garage on the hook. It'll be Taylor Gray leading, Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier, William Byron, and Carson Quapple, the top 5. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
The thrills of NASCAR racing from over 55 years of Motor Racing Network broadcasts.
Bobby Allison brings the race car right down in the middle of the track, crosses the start-finish line, and he will win the 24th annual Daytona 500.
Bill Elliott wins the Hooters 500. Alan Kulwicki, 1992 champion.
MRN Classic Races.
In the whole pack, steaming for the finish line, Dale Earnhardt wins a Winston 500.
Find all the classic moments on MRN Classic Races on any podcast platform.
Meet the all-new RE4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Hear uncensored audio from your favorite drivers or listen to the live MRN radio broadcast. All hands-free and wireless with Bluetooth technology. Fast, lightweight, and built for race day. The RE4000 delivers zero latency so you never miss a moment of the action. Powerful, wireless, effortless. That's the RE4000. Learn more at racingelectronics.com.
This is Sam Mayer. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on the Motor Racing Network.
Back at Pocono, caution flag is out. First one of the afternoon, presented by Hardee's. Buckle up, NASCAR fans. Get the Hardee's app and join My Rewards, and Hardee's will start you off with a free sandwich. Plus, earn rewards lap after lap and order your Hardee's ahead.
Well, off to a rather halting start here in today's Miller Tech 250 for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Cleanup, it looks like it's just about buttoned up over there. As a matter of fact, let's check in with our Shady Rays turn announcers for a report out there. Tim Catalfamo, are they getting close to getting the track cleaned up, ready to go?
Yes, they have. They've been able to remove the Corey Day Chevrolet from the scene of the crash. There are 3 other safety vehicles that are still sitting there at the exit of turn number 1, trying to make sure that all the parts and pieces are cleaned up. And they are in the process, as I talk right now, of towing the Corey Day car through the infield, trying to get it back to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series garage. They're not going to bring that car all the way around the racetrack and risk more parts and pieces coming off of it. So other than that, they have cleaned up the area pretty well, and I think we should be getting back to racing very shortly.
Corey Day's car will be joining Jesse Love's car that's also back in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series garage. Jesse Love has been running at the end of the last 30 races in the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series. That is the longest active streak. Unfortunately, it would appear that's coming to an end today.
Yeah, tough break there. Joey Gase also taking his car to the garage. he had an engine change before the race, and he's already taken his car straight to the garage.
One thing that might change that situation with Jesse Love is that NASCAR changed the verbiage in the way the damaged vehicle policy works for the O'Reilly Auto Parts and Truck Series in the middle of last month. You now can take your vehicle to the garage and work on it. You have to serve a flag status penalty as you come back out on the race course. So if they can get that addressed, I don't know how bad the damage is, they have an opportunity to work forward and still finish this race.
Steve Post?
Well, and Todd, that's a really good point, and that was the discussion that they had. But with the oil cooler knocked out, Danny Stockman was like, let's replace or bypass the oil cooler. They were wondering, and they've checked with scoring, and they've confirmed that they were ahead of Corey Day's car. So they're not going to do anything. If they were behind Corey Day's car, they were going to work to repair that car to go out and complete 1 or 2 laps just to make sure they were ahead of Corey Day's car. So your point is they could repair the car and get it back out here, but they don't have any longevity left in the car, so they're not going to do anything at this point.
1 point, just get ahead of Corey Day's machine. That's 1 championship point. Who knows how it could play out when it gets all said and done. You get what you can get, but that's just a highly disappointing day for 2 very good race teams and 2 very good race car drivers early in today's race.
Corey Day, 3 straight top 10s, including a win a few weeks ago at Dover Motor Speedway. He came into this race weekend 3 top 5s in the last 6, couple of wins to his credit. Unfortunately, that day will come to an end. That's a talented race car driver, Alex, that had challenges at the start of the season. This is his rookie campaign in the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series. Got a little rambunctious in the first couple of races, handful of races or so, but he has buckled down and settled down, and he has turned into quite a solid stock car racer.
Yeah, he has. He's learned on the go, and he's been a quick study as well. Made some mistakes, learned from those mistakes, and he's just applied it, and he started to get some good finishes and developing his racecraft on these longer races than what he's used to been running out there. For Jesse Love, well, Jesse was a second-place finisher here at Pocono a year ago. Came into the afternoon second in championship points. This is going to be a brutal day for he and that race team. Not at all what they had in mind as they look to defend their championship.
Nick Sanchez also got a piece of that crash as well. He is still on the racetrack, not nearly to the length that Corey Day and Jesse Love got it. So as Nick Sanchez continues, he will continue on, obviously, at the tail end of the field. Back to Steve Post.
Yeah, Nick Sanchez has brought the car down a couple of times. They wanted to make sure the damage was minimal on the car, and Jody Meesmer, the crew chief, made sure that was buttoned up, and then they also just made a chassis adjustment, topped it off with fuel, and gave the car a once-over. So they do not feel they're worried about the damage on the car, but they did take an opportunity to take a look at it. This is the first of 4 rides that Nick Sanchez has in this car, and they wanted to get off to a good start, and unfortunately they've got some work to do now from the back of the field.
Yeah, this Peterson race team based in Sanford, North Carolina, just south of Raleigh. They have 4 full-time employees. One of them, of course, the crew chief, Jody Meesmer, that Steve Post just referenced there. This is a team that has Brad Brinkley, a longtime late-model stock car driver. His 2 sons are following in his footsteps in Central North Carolina. He's also a full-time employee there with this race team. Built 2 brand-new race cars. They have a bit of a technical alliance with Richard Childress Racing. Built 2 new cars to get ready for a small team like this with the part of the schedule that's upcoming with racing here at Pocono, then out to San Diego to Naval Base Coronado, then to Sonoma Raceway. There's a lot on their plate, and they were able to accomplish a very difficult task with only 4 employees in the race shop.
It's amazing what an organization like they are able to do. And again, the hands are full, as Alex mentioned. We're in the Poconos right now, but we're headed off to San Diego next weekend, the Sonoma Raceway the weekend after that. And this is the first of a 5-race stretch for the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series before they take their second off weekend. Field is getting the 1-to-go signal right now, and they are choosing which lane they will restart in. Taylor Gray has opted to restart on the inside of row 1. Brandon Jones will start to his outside. Row 2, you've got the car of William Byron, you got the car of Carson Quapple that will start to the inside of Justin Allgaier. Mentioning William Byron, he'll restart to the outside of row 3, and Sammy Smith will restart on his inside as we get set for the restart, and the green will come out at lap 7.
Traditionally, Todd, is there a preferred restart line inside or out here at Pocono Raceway?
this is one where it depends on what push you get down into turn one. I would think I would want to be inside. Just the only challenge to that is, depending on what the row is behind you, whether they'll try to slip you and put you 3 wide, that's a little vulnerable position where the outside's a little more protected.
Saw a lot of slipping in the outside lane in turn 1 on lap 1. Brent Cruz went for a ride. Corey Day obviously lost control of his car, and that's what triggered Hardy's caution number 1. So we'll see if indeed the inside lane is the place to be, as the field has doubled up. They've gotten the 1 to go. They're clearing the tunnel turn. They're clearing the tunnel turn right now, and they are halfway down the short straightaway as they work their way back to the start-finish line.
So field works their way behind that pace car, so we'll get that car off the track in a moment. We'll be able to put them back under the green flag. 5 laps have been complete. Tough break, though, because we just haven't had any green flag laps. Only 2 green flag laps so far. As the field works their way into turn 3, let's check in with Chris Wilner quickly.
Yeah, Corey's out of the care center. What happened here? Quarter of a lap through, and it just like the thing came around.
Yeah, I mean, it's always just a, kind of an unknown of what your car is going to be like lap 1, turn 1, and I just didn't expect it to be that loose. We fired off free in practice, but it was manageable, and that really wasn't. So, yeah, I just hate it for my 17 guys. We had a fast car there at the end of practice, and the guys worked really hard to get it that way, so I feel like we deserved a lot better than that.
That's Corey Day.
Corey Day out of the care center and talking with Chris. Green flag back up. Field's headed to 1.
And it's the inside lane that gets the jump, but on entry into the corner, Taylor Gray out front in the second spot. Carson Quapple moving around Brandon Jones for the runner-up spot off turn 1 and onto the short straightaway.
Brandon Jones getting shuffled on the restart. He is third, 1 spot behind Carson Quapple, who rides in the second position. Everyone chasing Taylor Gray on the approach to the tunnel turn. Side by side for third. Here's Sam Mayer. Second to the inside of Brandon Jones, trying to take the third spot away.
They will stay side by side onto the short chute, racing into turn number 3. It is Sam Mayer on the inside now of Justin Allgaier as he slipped back a little bit into the clutches of the Team Shooter Motorsports Chevrolet.
Allgaier works that middle lane, which is the second lane up off of the bottom of the racetrack. He'll have momentum there and take over position number 4. Trouble off turn number 3. It's Ryan C. got turned around. Not sure who got him, but everybody starts spinning and scattering behind him. Another car further back. Nathan Bird slams the outside wall, ricochets across the front stretch, pounds the inside safer barrier as well, and the caution flag flies for the second time today, and it's presented by Hardee's.
So this is how we're going to start this race today. A very halting start to the MillerTech Battery 250. It started with Ryan C. got crossed up out of turn 3. Nathan Bird collected as well. Hardee's caution 2 flying at lap 8.
Whoa, Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Whoa, like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Meet the all-new RE4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Hear uncensored audio from your favorite drivers, or listen to the live MRN broadcast, all hands-free and wireless with Bluetooth technology. Fast, lightweight, and built for race day, the RE4000 delivers 0 latency, so you never miss a moment of the action. Powerful, wireless, effortless. That's the RE4000. Learn more at racingelectronics.com.
Back at Pocono, Hardee's caution 2 is flying here, and it was Ryan Sieg getting crossed up, coming out of turn number 3, bouncing off the wall, bouncing off the front bumper of Austin Hill. Nathan Bird collected as well. The Bird car still sits up against the inside wall on the front stretch, just shy of the start-finish line. Ryan Sieg has driven his car all the way around the racetrack. Matter of fact, he's exiting turn 3 and coming to pit road as we speak. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Every time the siren sounds or lights flash, someone's life is on the line. At Whelen Engineering, we know first responders carry that weight every day. That's why for over 70 years, we've led the emergency warning industry, designing and manufacturing the lights, sirens, and safety systems they trust right here in America. Because when the mission is critical, there's no room for second best. Whelen Engineering, trusted to protect first responders.
And best selection of NASCAR gear today.
Sonoma, a spectacular setting for this race.
They make contact. It's side by side through turn number 12. At the line, it's going to be Sawalage. Unbelievable.
Oh, and a race leader.
But we just had a really good race car, and that's what it takes. It takes a good group of guys, a good crew. This is really a team sport.
Catch the ARCA Menard Series West at Sonoma Raceway, Friday, June 26th at 6:15 Eastern, live on the NASCAR channel.
Motor Racing Network's Crew Call with Steve Post and Todd Gordon, wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube.
Back at Pocono, Nathan Bird drove away from the accident scene, didn't get too far. Matter of fact, the car got basically in turn number 1, and he is headed to the care center, while Ryan Sieg has pulled into his pit stall in front of Steve Post.
The attention is on the right front of the Sieg Chevrolet down here as they're working up under the car with some big saws and just removing some of the crush panels on the race car. Matt Noyes calling the shots here, and a couple crew guys, Danny Johnson, one of the crew guys over there, working on the car. They're putting some big pieces of tape on the front hood of it. They made the decision about 30 seconds ago. Matt just said, look, we're going to lose a lap. Let's not hurry. Let's get this fixed properly and go out. Maybe we'll get a lucky dog. There'll be some other cautions. So they're going to make sure the hood is all taped down really well and all the right front is buttoned up as good as possible and see what they have as far as damage on the right front of the Ryan Sieg car. Very frustrated there. He felt like he had a little contact from behind, and Ryan's one of those drivers 15th in the points trying to race his way into the chase, and this is going to hurt those efforts greatly.
Yeah, tough break there for Ryan Sieg, but it was William Sawalage, Todd, coming up off of turn 3. Car drifted just a bit wide to driver's right. He glanced off of the safer barrier and had to roll out of the throttle, and it was just kind of a domino effect from there.
Yeah, it felt like the accordions kind of worked their way back. I feel like that forced Ryan Sieg to lift and not anticipated from maybe Austin Hill, who was behind him, as Austin made an aggressive move to kind of avoid the situation. I think a little bit of contact there as it got him into the wall.
This is something that we have talked about seemingly week in and week out of late. When you talk about racetracks, fuel mileage, saving fuel, we've only run 2 laps under the green flag here today, 3 laps that is, and we're about to put lap 10 on the scoreboard. So we've run 7 laps under caution. What is the ripple effect in an effort to save fuel, and how does this affect maybe some strategy down the line?
Yeah, you look at where this race kind of plays out, and the stages are 25 and 50. I didn't feel like you could make it to 50, but you may be able to make it to 47 as we stack these cautions and get where you can flip stage 2. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but we're only going to get 14 more laps before we get to the end of stage 1.
Let's hope they're all green flag laps, as the field will come down to the line next time. We'll get the 1-to-go signal. The drivers will choose what lane to restart in and hopefully get some green flag racing in.
Taylor Gray is your leader. Carson Quapple second. Brandon Jones has fallen to third. Justin Allgaier's fourth. Sam Mayer's up to fifth. William Byron will restart in sixth. Sammy Smith in seventh, with Brent Cruz in eighth. Anthony Alfredo in ninth, and Connor Zilich is in 10th.
Austin Hill will be 11th. William Sawalage will be 12th. 13th, Jeremy Clements. Jeb Burton will be 14th. Harrison Burton goes 15th. Brennan Poole 16th. Parker Retzloff is 17th. Sheldon Creed 18th. 19th is Kyle Sieg. Rajah Caruth being scored 20th.
LeVar Scott is 21st. Leland Honeyman is 22nd. 23rd is Blaine Perkins. 24th is Patrick Emmerling. Patrick Starpoli will restart in 25th. Ryan Ellis in 26th. Dean Thompson in 27th. Josh Malicki in 28th. 29th is Nick Sanchez. And Carson Ware is in 30th.
Natalie Decker 31st. 32nd is Dexter Bean. Cole Custer is 33rd. He's been on and off the pit lane multiple times here, getting some adjustments to that race car. Ryan Sieg still in the race. He's one lap down, the first and only car a lap down in 34th. Nathan Bird off the racetrack 35th. Joey Gase off the track in 36th. Jesse Love 37th, and Corey Day 38th.
Programming update for all of you listening to our coverage today from Pocono. Tomorrow, the start of the NASCAR Cup Series Great American Vacation 400, or the Great American Getaway 400, has been moved to 12 noon Eastern. We expect some inclement weather to roll through the area later tomorrow afternoon. So in a proactive move, NASCAR has pulled the start back by 2 hours. NASCAR Live Race Day will be on the air at noon, and we expect the green flag at about 1:20 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. As the field doubles up for the restart in the tunnel turn, let's catch up with Jesse Love. Chris?
Yeah, Jesse Love's out of the care center. Jesse, an innocent bystander. What happened from behind the wheel off turn number 1?
Yeah, from my POV, I just couldn't see Corey spinning until he was, got to my field of view, and then he was basically my lap. So definitely, frustrating. Always, as a driver, part of the skill is being able to avoid wrecks, but I don't think I could have done anything different there. So thought my spotter did a great job calling it as well. Again, you can't see it, right? It's so hard to know what's coming or what's not. So definitely frustrating.
Jesse Love out of the care center. 2 back-to-back difficult finishes for him here in this part of the season.
Yeah, he's just going to have to lick his wounds and move on to San Diego next week. Field works their way to the restart zone. Green flag goes back in the air, and we're racing again. Taylor Gray on the inside has a bumper full of Joe Gibbs Racing teammate Brandon Jones. Top side, Carson Quapple leads that line headed to 1.
Taylor Gray will lead the line of the cars to the inside of the racetrack going into turn number 1. Brandon Jones steps out of line, thinking of making it 3 wide. Carson Quapple in a race for that second spot now with Jones to the bottom as Gray gets away.
Carson Quapple trying to stay on the outside of Brandon Jones to complete that pass for the second spot, and he will do so halfway up the Long Pond straightaway. It is Jones now who's going to race Sam Mayer side by side for third. The leader, though, through turn number 2 is Taylor Gray.
And behind Taylor Gray, that battle for third has settled out because Brandon Jones takes it away from Sam Mayer. Behind that battle, it's 2 Junior Motorsport teammates going at it with Allgaier underneath Sammy Smith.
Further back, Connor Zilich made a 3-wide move to the bottom going into the tunnel turn. That put William Byron in a bad spot. Almost collected Brandon Jones, or Brent Cruz, that is, as well. Battle for the number 2 position. Sam Mayer snaking his way all the way to the bottom of the front stretch to take it.
What a run up the front straightaway for Sam Mayer. 3 wide for the runner. Second spot is able to take that position away over Brandon Jones in the third position. They're side by side for 4th. Here comes Justin Allgaier.
Justin Allgaier pulls to the inside of Carson Quapple, trying to stick a fender alongside of him going down the straightaway. They remain wheel to wheel, fighting for 4th. Give the advantage to Quapple on the outside lane. Allgaier fighting back on the bottom. Sammy Smith is there as well, off 2.
Justin Allgaier definitely has his hands full as he is smack dab in the middle of that Junior Motorsport convoy into turn number 3. Allgaier to the bottom of the racetrack. He takes the spot away from Carson Quapple.
And Justin Allgaier, just like that, is going to get away by a car length and a half or 2 in the Carolina Carports Chevrolet. Behind him, they're going to look 3 wide coming up off of the corner. Racing hard for positions 8, 9, and 10. William Byron's in that mix. Other cars in there as well as Carson Quapple and Sammy Smith.
Carson Quapple tucks into line just behind the William Byron car and just ahead of Sammy Smith. Smith pokes his nose out of line to the exit of the corner to look to take that spot away onto the Long Pond straightaway.
This is the side-by-side fight for 6th. Here is Sammy Smith driving all the way down to the bottom of the Long Pond straightaway, trying to side draft Carson Quapple and make this pass for the position. Give it to Sammy Smith on the entry to turn number 2. He'll slide in front of Quapple.
Some really good racing here just outside of the top 5, and a good move there by Sammy Smith as he gets clear of Carson Quapple. Further back, right behind them, another side-by-side battle as Jeremy Clements took the spot away from Connor Zilich.
Very racy opening laps here at the Pocono Raceway. Lap 14 is complete. Taylor Gray away with the lead. Sam Mayer in second. But we're watching a tightening battle for third between Brandon Jones and Justin Allgaier.
Less than a car length between them under braking into turn number 1. Brandon Jones with that position in a wider arc into the corner. Justin Allgaier right around the yellow line on the bottom is able to pull up alongside and try to take that spot away.
Justin Allgaier wants to go here early on in this race. He is side by side with Brandon Jones, the pole sitter, racing to turn number 2. It's Allgaier in his Chevrolet to the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll make the pass before they even get to the corner. Jones tries the crossover move, though, off 2.
Brandon Jones may have just give Justin Allgaier that spot, knowing that Allgaier is the man on a mission right now. And also lurking behind Brandon Jones is William Byron. Further back, they're nearly 3 wide, battling for 6.
They'll settle things down from 3 to 2 wide, 2 rows deep. All of this up off off of turn number 3 here at Pocono Raceway. This is from 5th on back. Jeremy Clements is in that mix. Other drivers begin to scramble as well, headed to turn number 1.
A lot of 2 and 3 wide racing just outside of the top 5, which have singled out 4 now with William Byron in that 5th spot. Jeremy Clements able to make the move on Carson Quapple a moment ago. That's the race for 6 with Brent Cruz a couple car lengths back.
Brent Cruz is there. A couple of other drivers starting to line up behind Carson Quapple, who has not allowed Jeremy Clements to get away in that position. Clements now leading Quapple into the tunnel turn. Sammy Smith 3 car lengths behind him. Then you find Connor Zilic and Brent Cruz.
A couple of really good friends off the racetrack battling for position just inside the top 10. Brent Cruz all over the back bumper of Connor Zilic as they work through turn 3.
That is the race from 8th on back. Connor Zilic is there. Brent Cruz is there. Matter of fact, Cruz is going to give him the business. Coming off turn number 3, he'll try to move Zilic out of the way. Cruz to the inside, and now here comes Austin Hill. They'll stack them 3 wide. Throw Anthony Alfredo in the mix. It is a 5-car hornet's nest for that spot back to 1.
Great run by Austin Hill up the front straightaway. Was able to carry a lot of momentum into turn number 1. Pull up alongside Brent Cruz. Sheldon Creed is in the mix as well as they exit turn 1.
This entire gaggle of traffic fighting from 9th on back. Brent Cruz has got 9th in his Toyota Supra. Behind him, though, they are really racing very aggressively. To the tunnel turn. Behind Brent Cruz is Austin Hill. Side by side behind them, Anthony Alfredo and Sheldon Creed.
And they will stay door to door down the short chute. Sheldon Creed has the advantage for now. Anthony Alfredo remains topside. He takes back that advantage. A little bit of a bobble, though, and Creed and Zilic will make it 3 wide momentarily.
They do, and they'll settle things down just a bit. Taylor Gray, the race leader. Sam Mayer currently 2nd. 3rd is Justin Allgaier. Brandon Jones goes 4th. William Byron is in the number 5 spot. Let's get a report on the Connor Zilic car. Chris Wilner, he's going the wrong way on the leaderboard.
Yeah, he put out the parachute, Alex, and that's because his car, he calls it plowing tight. He just came over the radio and said, this is the worst car I've ever had. He is struggling to get that car off the corner. They're telling him to hang on, but Connor Zilic certainly fighting a tight race car right now in the early goings.
He has fallen to the 13th position, 10 seconds behind the race leader.
Trouble in turn number 1. Natalie Decker has all but come to a stop. A lot of smoke has appeared on that car about halfway up the front straightaway. Looks like she is trying to coast this one back around, but barely at speed here in turn number 1.
Staying under the green flag, at least for the moment. And just like that, the caution will indeed come out for the 3rd time today. This for the Natalie Decker car that is stalled with just 7 laps to go here in stage number 1.
Hey NASCAR fans, get the NASCAR app. Join My Rewards, and every combo purchase on the app gives you a chance to win an exclusive Talladega experience, race tickets, and other awesome NASCAR prizes. And when the Hardee's number 23 car gets a top 10 finish, we also throw you a code for a free 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tender with a large string purchase. The wins just keep coming. Get the app. Join My Rewards, only at Hardee's.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older in the 50 United States or District of Columbia, excluding New York and Rhode Island. A Hardee's My Rewards member with web device. Begins 4/15/26, ends 6/16/26. Rules at Hardee's.com/Victory Lap.
Inspiring story.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes back to the Daytona International Speedway. He will win the Pepsi 400.
I'm just a pilot, man. You know, I just want everybody to be happy. I want to do good, and hopefully all of my dad's fans enjoyed this. This is for all them.
Motor Racing Network's NASCAR Live presents podcast Junior's Journey. Jeff Gordon, a colorful career, 50 years of MRN, the 1993 season, the road to royalty, and more. Search for NASCAR Live on your favorite podcast platform.
Taylor Gray, the race leader, who worked the caution flag for the 3rd time here in stage number 1. Sam Mayer is currently 2nd. Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, and William Byron round out the top 5. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
When you devour Jack Links, the official real meat protein snack of NASCAR, you could win twice. First, because real meat protein can help boost your libido.
Hey, I've noticed you've boosted your libido.
Thank you for noticing. And second, because you can enter the Jack Links Eat, Meet, and Win sweepstakes for a chance to win 4 epic NASCAR getaways, tickets, and more at jacklinks.com/NASCAR. Libido boost and people noticing your libido boost may vary. Enter now at jacklinks.com/NASCAR. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 12/31/26. U.S. residents 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Sponsor Link Snacks, Inc.
You've never been one to idly watch someone else do something for you. There's pride in self-reliance, in working with your hands, in harnessing the power of an E3 spark plug with Diamond Fire technology, yielding better engine performance. you have a choice to make. Take control of your ride, of your life, or be the passenger princess of it. Visit e3sparkplugs.com to put the power in your hands.
This is Sammy Smith. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on the Motor Racing Network.
Back here at Pocono Raceway, some drivers elect to come to pit lane. Steve Post?
Justin Allgaier, one of those drivers that comes in, he says he's a little tight in with no grip on the rear end. So they're going to make an adjustment on that car as well. Austin Hill is in getting pit service as well. Cody Ware gets pit service, and others in front of Chris Wilner.
Carson Kvapil was in complaining of a plowing tight race car, much to his teammate like Connor Zilic. They made a track bar adjustment, 4 tires in Sunoco fuel. Also in was Connor Zilic, a significant adjustment on his Chevrolet after his complaints of a plowing race car just would not turn in the corners. Also newly married man Jeb Burton in for 4 tires in service.
And there's a loose wheel on pit road. We'll find out who that belongs to, and that is a no-no. That driver will have to come back down the pit lane to obviously have the wheel reattached, and there will be a penalty assessed from that as well. We'll confirm who that belongs to, and unfortunate set of circumstances there in what has been a very different opening set of 20 laps to this race.
I don't think too many people saw this coming here today, even though we've had a caution in the first 10 laps of the last, 6 of 9 O'Reilly Auto Parts Series races. I didn't think anybody had 3 of them in the opening 18 laps of a race. It's been a rather halting start to this, and it's hard for drivers, I guess, Todd, with few green flag laps to really get a gauge on what the race cars are doing out there.
Yeah, and when you have cycles like this, you don't know whether that's causing the handling characteristics of your car moving forward. So it does make it a little bit of a guessing game. Everybody came to pit road here, cycling the opportunity to cycle forward. We kind of split the strategies here. We've got several that stayed out, but several good cars came to pit road. That will work it up at the end of the stage.
We will reset the leaderboard for you in a moment, but when the green flag comes back out, we're only going to have 2 or 3 laps to sprint to the end of this opening stage, and it looks like Josh Bilicki's wheel, that was the loose wheel on the pit lane. Josh will no doubt need to come back and get that tire.
Yeah, I believe it was an uncontrolled tire that got away from the pit crew, that rolled away from the pit box and across pit lane all the way to the wall there. So that'll be a pit road penalty, drop to the tail end of the field or behind the longest line for the restart for Josh Bilicki and that team. As we come up off of the corner, we will not get the one to go this time by. So Taylor Gray will have another opportunity to go through the gearbox. He's had a fast race car. When we've had green flag laps, Mike, he's been able to drive away from the field. But with all these cautions that are stacking up, his lead keeps nullified.
Free pass to Ryan Sieg. He will restart at the tail end of the field as we continue under the caution flag. Taylor Gray stays out. He's led every lap so far, but there will be new customers at his back door. Sam Mayer in second, Brandon Jones third, William Byron fourth, Jeremy Clements will be fifth, sixth will be Sammy Smith, Brent Cruz seventh, Sheldon Creed eighth, Rajah Caruth will be posted in ninth, and 10th will be Nick Sanchez. Again, those top 10 staying on the racetrack, except for the Sanchez car. He pitted lap 3, but the top 9 staying out and not coming down the pit lane.
Now, the first car in line is 13th of Patrick Emmerling that came down pit road back on lap number 19. So Patrick Emmerling, then Justin Allgaier and Connor Zilic, and on down the line from there. Those drivers that came to pit road playing the strategy card to try to go ahead and flip this first stage. Ideally, you'd like to race your way back to the top 10 after making that pit stop. Try to score some stage points here in this opening stage, which will come to an end in just 4 more laps next time by. So we just kind of wait this one out and get the one to go. We'll be ready to go back green flag racing in a couple of more laps.
Yeah, matter of fact, they'll get the one to go when they come to the line. They'll get green with 3 to go, and that will leave us 3 laps to settle stage 1 of the Miller Tech Battery 250 here at Pocono Raceway. We mentioned tomorrow's NASCAR Cup Series race moved up to noon Eastern time here on the Motor Racing Network. Next weekend, these O'Reilly Auto Parts Series teams will join their NASCAR Craftsman Truck and NASCAR Cup Series counterparts in Southern California California. We will be off to Naval Base Coronado in San Diego. Our coverage on Motor Racing Network will begin Friday with NASCAR Cup Series practice. That will lead into the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. NASCAR Racing Network airtime, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 1 week from today, Cup Series qualifying at 2:30 Eastern. These teams will compete in the United Reynolds Driven to Serve 250. Motor Racing Network will be on the air at 4:30 p.m. in the East. 1 week from tomorrow, the NASCAR Cup Series Anduril 250 race at the base. 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And Alex, in talking to all the teams and the drivers and whatnot, there is a tremendous level of excitement getting out to Southern California next weekend.
Along with a little nerves as well. Nobody's seen this course other than overhead shots, some slides on a Zoom presentation, and then iRacing.com has put out the first virtual laps that you can do on there. There's a lot of learning and a lot of cramming, Todd, that has to go on to try to learn a new race course, because it's unlike most road courses. You really have to pay attention and figure out the marks, where you need to brake, where you need to shift, how you need to begin your entrance, and where the apexes are in all these corners.
Yeah, fortunately that iRacing piece is out, and that means that that's the same information that all of the OEM simulators kind of use to create the environment. So the drivers can run the simulator laps at the OEM simulators, but you're not going to know it until you feel it. That's the type of thing. There's a lot of visual cueing with the simulators. Yes, it does give a little bit of roll and pieces like that, but it doesn't give you all of the aspects of what the racetrack's going to be like. And we've heard that NASCAR's done some kind of working and massaging of the surface in between certain areas, especially in the turn 4 area where there's some rails in the racetrack. So that's all things that they're really going to have to firsthand experience when they get out there to the Naval Base Coronado.
And when we talk about the rails, those are railroad tracks that are actually going through the base that we've had to massage to make sure that the cars can get over and whatnot. That's just one of many challenges in what is, we talk about Pocono being mammoth, this is 2.5 miles. That's over 3 miles and change next weekend. It almost reminds us of Road America up there in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. But obviously a different set of challenges all at the same time.
Yeah, and to take it even further, diameter-wise, from the farthest point of the race course back across the infield, per se, they say it's 2 miles distance between one side of the racetrack across the infield to the other side. It's huge. We, just like everybody else in the industry, and sold-out crowd, look forward to getting to Naval Base Coronado in San Diego. But first, we got business to tend to here at Pocono Raceway.
Matters to resolve here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Here comes the Corvette safety car through turn 3. That safety car will duck in onto pit road. It'll be a double file restart. Taylor Gray will restart down low. Sam Mayer up high. 3 laps to go in the opening stage here at Pocono. Green flag is back up, and everybody evenly matched. Matter of fact, the front 10 cars or so, side by side, mirroring each other. Back to 1.
Under braking into turn number 1, Taylor Gray to the inside, Sam Mayer to the outside lane. Jeremy Clements stepping out of line in 5th. Goes 3 wide for the 4th position. Brandon Jones to his outside as Brent Cruz goes to the bottom.
And the battle for the lead is on out of turn number 1. Sam Mayer on the outside of Taylor Gray. Drag racing up the Long Pond straightaway for the top spot. It's Taylor Gray to the inside of Sam Mayer. Both drivers driving in deep into the corner. They remain wheel to wheel, leading each other coming up to.
Some contact was made on the exit of turn number 2. They remain wheel to wheel down the short chute and into turn 3. Taylor Gray has the slight advantage as William Byron is lurking in the tires.
Just waiting to see which lane will advance is William Byron in 3rd, because they're still wheel to wheel for the top spot. Outside lane prevails. Sam Mayer takes the race lead away here at Pocono. Taylor Gray now have to playing defense because William Byron takes a peek to his inside.
Got a look, but it falls back into line just in front of Brandon Jones. Top 4 are all nose to tail through the corner. Battle for 5th is on. Here comes Sheldon Creed to the inside of Justin Allgaier.
They're racing hard for that 5th position. Now they get single file off of turn number 1. The race leader is still Sam Mayer. Taylor Gray in the 2nd spot. William Byron and Brandon Jones complete the top 4. They remain in a line. Single file through the tunnel turns and it's a Nathan Prouty.
Off of turn 2 and down the short chute, that car that is riding in the 4th position is Brandon Jones, and he is under the gun from Justin Allgaier back in 5th. It's a top 5 breakaway at the front of the field. Battle for the lead. He's up again off turn 3.
Hurry. Here comes Taylor Gray. He's trying to open up the inside lane. He's there off the corner and to the start-finish line. Final lap of stage 1 underway, and it's Taylor Gray being taken all the way to the inside by Sam Mayer. Still wheel to wheel for the lead.
Drag race into the corner for the race lead. Mayer in the outside lane, or the second lane slides up a bit too much. That'll open the door for Gray on the bottom. Here comes William firing now to the inside of Mayer as a couple of cars go spinning further back. Brent Cruz and William Sawalich tagging the outside wall. Cruz comes to a stop against the outside turn 1 wall right at the start of the Long Pond straightaway.
Connor Zilich involved in the incident as well. Some more good cars wrapped up in this Hardy's caution, which will slow things down and end the stage there. Back out to turn 1, and our Shady Rays turn announcer, Kyle Rickey.
Connor Zilich, one of the cars involved, is able to drive away from the scene of the incident. Came to together with William Sawalich just outside of the top 10, racing into turn number 1. Both cars went into a drift. Sawalich able to spin that car around and keep going with minimal damage, and it was Connor Zilich in the outside lane that tagged the outside wall ever so slightly to the exit of turn number 1. He was able to drive away also and rejoin the field at the tail end.
Caution and green and white checkered flag waving at the start-finish line. It'll be Taylor Gray picking up the stage win. Sam Mayer comes across the line in second. William Byron, Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones rounding out the top 5. Sheldon Creed will finish stage 1 in 6th, with Sammy Smith in 7th, Brent Cruz in 8th, Carson Quapple 9th, and Austin Hill in 10th.
How does Chase Briscoe win? With the hands of his pit crew changing 4 tires in under 9 seconds. The voice of his spotter carving a path through the pack. His race engineer, systems engineer, all working tirelessly to shave off a 1/10 of a second. With his team at Toyota, his crew chief, his fans, his family. It's all of this all at once at 200 miles per hour. From the moment Chase joined Toyota to the moment he ends up in victory lane. So how does Chase Briscoe win? In summary, not alone. Toyota Racing. Your race, your story. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, LLC.
For 250 years, America has been more than a place. It's been a promise, a story of courage, hope, and dreams. And through it all, local TV and radio broadcasters have been there, telling the story of America, bringing truth to light. Broadcasters tell the story of who we are and who we aspire to be. We are America's storytellers. We are broadcasters. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-212-2828. 800-212-2828. That's 800-212-2828.
We're at the start-finish line.
William Byron on pole position. Green flag is out and we're racing.
We're in the turn.
Here to the inside comes Kyle Larson. He and Hamlin bump.
We're on pit road.
4 tires Sunoco Racing Fuel. The race out from pit road is Denny Hamlin. Eric Jones goes off second.
We are live from the track. The Motor Racing Network, your home for NASCAR racing. Don't miss a lap, pit stop, or side-by-side race for the win. Listen to all the play-by-play action on your local radio station and MRN or NASCAR.com.
Follow along with the Motor Racing Network, Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube.
Back at Pocono, Hardy's caution number 4 waving over the MillerTech Battery 250. Comes out at lap 25 for Connor Zilich and William Sawalich spinning in turn 1. At the same time, bringing us to the end and the conclusion of stage 1.
As we await the opening of pit road, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network. Motor Racing Network is live at Pocono Raceway for the MillerTech 250 for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. My name is Alex Hayden, along with Mike Bagley and Todd Gordon in the broadcast booth. Our Shady Rays turn announcers are Kyle Rickey, Tim Catalfamo, and Nathan Prouty. Up and down the pit lane for us this afternoon and all weekend long, Steve Post and Chris Wilner.
Field is crossing the tunnel turn. When they come off turn 3, pit road will be open. Just about, I would say the majority of the field has been on pit lane. There were a handful or a couple of handfuls of cars that stayed out and have yet to make their first pit stop. When that pit road opens, we'll see who decides to come down, who decides to stay out, and see how that will shuffle up the leaderboard. It's gone through a couple of shuffles already. We'll see what's impacted as we have the potential for pit stops to take place right now.
You look at this, and 7 of the top 8 did not come at that first stage. Justin Allgaier drove all the way up to 4th here. They're going to lose track position. They stayed out to get the stage points. A good call by their point, but they'll have to battle their way back through the field as pit road's coming open.
Here they come, back down the pit lane, 55 miles per hour. Brandon Jones comes to a rest in front of Chris Wilner.
His first pit stop of the day here at the end of stage number 1 with a 5th place finish, as he's going to get 4 tires in Sunoco fuel. Complained of having to use a little more brake pressure at the end of turn number 1. Sam McCauley calling the shots there. This pit crew, by the way, has the fastest 4-tire stop of the year. Also in was your race leader, Taylor Gray. He comes to the stop at the attention of his crew with 4 tires Sunoco fuel. Really snug on the entrance and landing to turn number 1. Steve Post.
Sheldon Creed brings his car down to the attention of the crew. A little free on entry and a little tight off. So Jonathan Tony going to work on it. Mentioned Jason Chincheri. He is the crew chief on the Sam Mayer car. Tight on the exit of turn number 3 is what he's reporting. A little tight condition as well for Brent Cruz as they get their pit service here on this pit cycle here at the end of stage number 1, lap number 27.
Slow pit stop for Taylor Gray and a fast pit stop for Brandon Jones. Will shuffle up the exit of pit lane. Brandon Jones, the fastest car off pit road at lap 28.
Whether you're at the track or headed out for the weekend, Shady Rays has you covered. Get premium polarized sunglasses built for performance, style, and everyday adventure. Every pair is backed by Shady Rays lost and broken protection, so if life happens, we've got your back. Long days in the sun call for sunglasses you can count on. Premium quality, all-day comfort, and protection you won't find anywhere else. New customers save 20% today at ShadyRays.com.
Introducing the RE4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Experience uncensored real-time audio from drivers and crews, all hands-free and wireless with Bluetooth functionality. Fast, lightweight, and zero latency. The RE4000 keeps you locked into every pass, every pit stop, and every checkered flag. Plus, with automatic over-the-air programming at major events, setup is quick and effortless. Check it out at racingelectronics.com today.
From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Get ready to rev your engines, NASCAR fans. The thrill, the speed, the action. You can now experience it all for free on the NASCAR channel on Tubi. Feel the adrenaline with a library of unforgettable races from Daytona to Talladega. It's a front row seat to NASCAR history. Best of all, it's completely free. Stream anytime, anywhere on your favorite fast platform. No fees, no strings, just NASCAR. Find the NASCAR channel on your streaming device and start watching today.
Sonoma, a spectacular setting for this race.
They make contact. It's side by side through turn number 12. At the line, it's going to be Sawallich. Unbelievable.
Oh, and a race leader.
But we just had a really good race car, and that's what it takes. It takes a good group of guys, a good crew. This is really a team sport.
Catch the ARCA Menard Series West at Sonoma Raceway, Friday, June 26th at 6:15 Eastern, live on the NASCAR channel.
This is Nick Sanchez. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on the Motor Racing Network.
Back at Pocono Raceway, working Hardy's Caution 4 of the MillerTech Battery 250. A couple of drivers under penalty, and it involves, one of them at least, the fastest driver off the pit lane, Brandon Jones, penalized for equipment interference, while at the same time, Ryan Sieg is being penalized for too many crew members over the wall. There have been a lot of penalties. There's been a lot of contact on the racetrack, and it has been a very interesting start to this race today. When everybody comes back to the line, they'll get the 1-to-go signal, and when the green flag flies, that'll leave us with 20 laps to go in the second stage of this race.
If you're just joining us, it has been a highly eventful opening stage here. 28 laps in, as Mike pointed out. We had a caution on the first lap down there when Corey Day got loose up off of turn number 1, spun down and back across the racetrack, collected Jesse Love. Ended the day for both of those drivers. Jesse Love will finish 37th. Corey Day will finish last in 38th. Then we put the green flag back in the air. Lap number 8, Ryan Sieg got hit from behind after William Sawalich bounced off the outside wall, created a domino effect. Nathan Bird was part of that as well. It ended Nathan Bird's day. He's been back behind the garage, and it just basically ruined the aerodynamics for the rest of the day for Ryan Sieg, who continues to soldier on. Lap number 18, Natalie Decker had a problem under the hood of her race car, came to a stop in turn 1, and this latest caution here that ended stage number 1 under the caution flag was Connor Zilich and William Sawalich getting turned around in turn number 1. And Mike, these are some veteran drivers and some really good race cars that are having problems here in this first stage.
Now you factor in a good number of drivers stayed out because they pitted at lap 19. That will put them ahead of those that have just come down the pit road. The top 13 stay out, and once again the leaderboard gets flipped. Justin Allgaier goes to the lead for the first time today. Carson Kvapil will restart in second. Austin Hill in third. Anthony Alfredo in fourth, and his teammate Parker Retzlaff in fifth. Jeb Burton in sixth. Harrison Burton in seventh. Brennan Poole in eighth. Dean Thompson in ninth, and Patrick Staropoli will restart in 10th.
Brennan Poole is he's had some success here this season, driving for a bit of an underfunded team compared to some of the others out there, but his name has popped up in the top 10 quite a few times here in the summer stretch, at least the beginning of the summer stretch here of the 2026 campaign. Let's see if he can maintain that track position here as we get set to put the green flag back in the air. There will be 20 laps to go in stage number 2 once the green goes back in the air.
In the words of the legendary Barney Hall, let's hope that the starter hides the yellow flag and we can get to some good quality racing here in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. It's been a rather halting affair, but we'll see what stage 2 gives us as far as drivers and what they're able to do on the racetrack.
Let's see if the rust is all worked out. We can go green flag for stage 2 and work our way through this one. Going to be interesting to see what happens. It's only a couple laps on tires. I think 3 laps on tires. The guys that stayed out for stage points, William Byron being the first of those in 14th. How fast can he work his way forward?
Field works the way up off of turn number 3. Chevrolet Corvette safety car heads for the pit lane. Field has to wait till they get to the restart zone. They're there now. Green flag goes back in the air. Justin Allgaier on the inside lane. To his right elbow is Carson Kvapil. Then on the inside of the second row, Anthony Alfredo and Austin Hill lending assistance to 1.
Justin Allgaier will lead the pack of traffic into turn number 1. They fan out 2 and 3 wide, even 4 wide mid-pack. Will they make it through as a lot of drivers with newer tires trying to come up through the field? At the exit of turn number 1, though, it is Carson Kvapil at the point.
Carson Kvapil able to steal the lead away from Justin Allgaier, who rides in the second position. Allgaier, though, not done with Kvapil. He gets a fender alongside of Kvapil, racing to turn number 2. Side by side. Give the advantage to Kvapil on the outside lane. He'll sweep around Allgaier, but Allgaier continuing to fight hard.
A couple of teammates that is throwing some haymakers at the beginning of stage number 2, and it is Carson Kvapil, the new race leader in turn 3. Allgaier second, Austin Hill in third.
Carson Kvapil comes out of turn 3, looking to lead his first lap of the afternoon at Pocono Raceway. He'll cross the start-finish line and do exactly that. Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, 3-car breakaway. Traffic begins to stack up. Fourth on back as Jeb Burton leads that parade.
Burton leads the pack into turn number 1. A couple of car lengths in front of Parker Retzlaff, and top 3 now begin to break away in turn number 1. Going to be the race leader off of turn number 1, Carson Kvapil to the point.
Those top 3 again include Carson Kvapil, the race leader. Then you have the aforementioned Justin Allgaier in second. Austin Hill is third. Those top 3 indeed have broken away from this side-by-side battle for fourth. Parker Retzlaff to the inside of Jeb Burton. He'll make the pass in the tunnel turn.
And Jeb Burton, his problems are not over yet because Parker Retzlaff, he is bringing along his Viking Motorsport teammate, the white and blue Chevrolet of Anthony Alfredo, gets by Jeb Burton as well.
Top three on a bit of a breakaway now. They've gapped fourth place by the tone of about 10 car lengths off turn number 3. Up front, Carson Quapple has a mirror full of Justin Allgaier. Austin Hill is right there in position number 3. The gap back to fourth to Parker Retzlaff.
It's about 15 or so car lengths back to Parker in that fourth position, and he's been able to get away by about 2 more from the driver running in fifth, his teammate Anthony Alfredo. Top 3 battle it out. Here comes Allgaier peeking to the inside for the race lead.
Justin Allgaier looked to the inside for a moment coming off at turn number 1. There was nothing there. Now he remains in the wake of the race leader, Carson Quapple, racing to turn number 2. It's Quapple leading to Allgaier by half a car length. 1 more car length back to Austin Hill, then 5 more back to Retzlaff.
Some really good racing here at Pocono Raceway. This time down the short chute, just a half a car length between the top 2 as Justin Allgaier continues to mimic Carson Quapple's every move in turn 3.
Wide exit for Austin Hill running in third. He's going to lose some ground to the top 2, but as they come back to the line, Carson Quapple's mirrors are filled with Justin Allgaier. Austin Hill trying to make up the 2 car lengths that he lost with that wide exit off turn 3.
Hill right there in position number 3 under braking into turn number 1. Allgaier arcing a little wider into the corner, trying to build a run on race leader Carson Quapple, who leads to turn number 2.
Justin Allgaier trying to get that outside lane working off of the first set of corners. He can't do it, though. He'll remain behind Carson Quapple. Battle for third is on. Here comes Parker Retzlaff, stepping to the left on the inside of Austin Hill. He'll take the third spot away. Hill throws the block on Anthony Alfredo, who goes after him for fourth.
Anthony Alfredo filling every inch of the rearview mirror of Austin Hill down the short chute as just like that, like a flip of a light switch, it is now Parker Retzlaff getting around Austin Hill. Anthony Alfredo in tow.
Austin Hill can't get his car to the bottom side of the racetrack. Washed wide off of turn number 1. Does it again off the third corner. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, here's Justin Allgaier busting out of line for the lead.
A great run up the front straightaway for Justin Allgaier, but not good enough. Has to fall back in the line. 1 car length behind Carson Quapple, who continues to set the pace here into the corner. Allgaier in second. Here's Allgaier again, recoiling to the exit of turn number 1. Back to the inside.
Allgaier's got a run. He ducks low on the exit of turn number 1, and those 2 cars of Allgaier and Quapple are side by side. Before they get to turn number 2, it'll be Allgaier sliding in front of Quapple and taking the race lead away.
Not only taking the race lead away, but pulling away into turn number 3. He has already opened it up to about 2, maybe 3 car lengths over Carson Quapple. Further back, the battle for third is still a 3-car fight.
Off the corner, what a Hall of Fame classy move for Justin Allgaier coming out of turn number 1. That was a textbook pass right there at Pocono Raceway. Set him up, dropped to the inside, completed the pass, and now Kyle begins to pull away now by 5 car lengths.
Indeed he does into turn number 1. Quapple unchallenged in the second spot, will settle into line in his tire tracks. From third on back, still relatively tight, still led by Parker Retzlaff as he's able to drive away from Anthony Alfredo and others.
Those drivers continue to fight from third on back. Retzlaff in the FDNY Chevrolet Camaro this afternoon, running in the third spot, about 3 or 4 car lengths in front of the Austin Hill Chevrolet that rides fourth. Anthony Alfredo is fifth, Sheldon Creed in the 6th spot.
Parker Retzlaff, he has shaken off the pressure from behind, and he has left his teammate to battle with Austin Hill. That's a good 3 car lengths behind him as Anthony Alfredo again to the inside of Austin Hill, who cannot get his car to the bottom of the racetrack.
Parker Retzlaff is another young driver that's really begun to flex some muscle. He's had his name inside the top 5 an awful lot this year, Mike, and right now he's being scored in position number 3, and he's raising some eyebrows inside the NASCAR garages.
Indeed, especially the NASCAR Cup Series garages. Everybody on high alert about his abilities and what he can and cannot do. But tip of the cap to Viking Motorsports. They've really taken a step forward here in 2026, expanding to a 2-car operation and now finding themselves with both cars in the top 10. 3 wide for position headed to turn 2.
3 wide for fourth, headed to the tunnel turn and making a pass, taking 2 spots away on the Long Pond straightaway is Sheldon Creed. He slides up the racetrack, but he's got fourth off 2.
Sheldon Creed had a front row seat to that ongoing battle for fourth the last handful of laps, and he was wasting no more time. Says thank you very much, slides on by, battle for fifth, Anthony Alfredo underneath Austin Hill.
Great race here in the back half of the top 10 as they funnel up off of turn number 3, all behind.
Trouble, turn 3, puts the car forward to the outside saber barrier. Leland Leland Honeyman Jr. pounds the outside safer barrier. Patrick Staropoli caught up in the mess as well.
Caution on the speedway for the 5th time in this afternoon's race for the 2-car crash over in turn number 3, and that'll put us under the Hardy's caution for the 5th time with just 13 laps to go in stage number 2.
Here, Ryan Blaney gets 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does.
Sunoco cans injected into the car. Bubba Wallace down and away.
All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR. From the track to your tank. Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR.
Relive the thrills of over 50 years of NASCAR racing with the Motor Racing Network's Classic Race.
36th Annual Southern 500. They come down to the start-finish line. Bill Elliott and David Pearson get down.
We dig into the MRN audio vault for unforgettable races and moments.
Dale Jarrett's got the lead. Earnhardt's not going to get him. Dale Jarrett is going to win the Daytona 500.
Available on MRN.com and podcast platform.
Alan Kowicki out of turn number 4, the new Winston Cup champion. He does it across the line.
MRN Classic Races.
Under the caution flag here at Pocono Raceway for the 5th time in today's race. Just 12 laps to go here in stage number 2. Justin Allgaier is being scored the race leader from Pocono Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Every time the siren sounds or lights flash, someone's life is on the line. At Whelen Engineering, we know first responders carry that weight every day. That's why for over 70 years, we've led the emergency warning industry, designing and manufacturing the lights, sirens, and safety systems they trust right here in America. Because when the mission is critical, there's no room for second best. Whelen Engineering, trusted to protect first responders.
Xbox, and PC. Head to NASCAR25.com to buy now.
Hi, folks. Kyle Petty here. I want to tell you about a place that's dear to my heart. Victory Junction. It's a year-round camp that gives kids with complex medical and physical conditions life-changing experiences that are fun, empowering, and always free for families. Please help Victory Junction support kids who need it the most by making a donation today. Any amount will help kids attend camp for free. Help make a difference by visiting victoryjunction.org/donate.
This is Justin Allgaier. You're listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on the Motor Racing Network.
Back here at Sunfield Pocono Raceway as the field works behind the Chevrolet Pace car. Pit lane will open this time as the green light comes on at the entrance to pit road. We'll see if anybody elects to come in. Todd, if you're a crew chief down there, if one of these drivers in the top 10, are you bringing your driver off the racetrack?
No, I'm not. I don't see the opportunity here. I could be wrong, but I just don't see the opportunity. I think I want to keep the track position. If I'm going to come, I'm going to come in about 10 laps, maybe flip the stage or stay up for the stage points, but I don't see anybody coming here.
Nope. Well, you got a couple stragglers further back. Everybody else in the front 10, maybe 12 or so will pit or will stay on the racetrack. Taylor Gray will make the commitment to pit, and he is only one of a couple handful. Chris Wilner, is this expected or unexpected for Taylor Gray?
This was an expected call, but Jason Ratcliffe called it late off of turn number 3 for Taylor Gray to hit pit road. The crew's already done with right side Goodyear tires. Now onto the left side with Sunoco can going aboard this Toyota. He said, I was really free over the bumps, kind of skating through in turn 2, and then really tight on the entrance to 3. Of course, he was trying to march his way through the field after stopping at the end of stage number 1, but opting here to put tires on. But again, one of a few, and I think there's a couple down there in front of Steve Post.
Yeah, William Sawalich is in, but they continue to work on the damage of that car from that spin over in turn number 2. Josh Bilicki is in, Ryan Sieg is in, damaged race car, Carson Ware. So none of the front runners here are in getting pit service here at this point.
So those are the pit stops at lap 40 as we continue through now stage 2 here at the Pocono Raceway. Hard crash in turn 3 involving Leland Honeyman. Also, Patrick Staropoli got a piece of that. Nathan, what's the status of the cleanup in front of you?
Yeah, Mike, it was the Leland Honeyman Jr. car that came to rest up against the outside safer barrier. They were 3 wide coming into turn 3. Brendan Poole may initiated all that. He got into Leland Honeyman Jr. That shot him up into Patrick Staropoli, that is, and they are just now, the AMR safety crews and the Pocono Raceway safety officials, getting that car of Leland Honeyman Jr. hooked up and towed off the racetrack. But the rear end of that Chevrolet definitely shortened, as that was a couple of hard impacts for those 2 drivers.
So we work the caution flag for the 5th time. Our longest green flag run of the race so far has only been 14 consecutive green flag laps, as we'll get the 1 to go as the field works their way back to the start-finish line this time by. And we'll put them back under the green flag the next circuit around. That means there will be 9 laps to go when the green flag comes out here in stage number 2. As this one's playing out, Todd, as a crew chief with this many caution flags, we've had 18 of our 39 laps run under the caution. How much does this really change your fuel strategy?
Not knowing where it's going to go from here. I mean, you can, if you knew it was going to go green from here, you can make a strategy coming forward. But if we have the cautions that we had in the first stage and kind of the way it's played out, then that may change some of the things that you need to anticipate here. But you just in a situation where you wonder if you're going to get a long green flag run that takes you all the way into the stage, and then where we go in stage 3. All the pieces, the moving pieces, you've got to put together to try to put the race strategy, the winning race strategy together.
1 to go is being given, and the choose is happening right now just past the start-finish line. Justin Allgaier will choose to restart on the outside. Carson Quapple chooses the inside lane. Parker Retzlaff will restart 3rd. Sheldon Creed 4th. Anthony Alfredo will restart in 5th. Austin Hill is 6th. Brent Cruz is 7th. William Byron in 8th. Jeremy Clements having a good run today. He's 9th. And Sam Mayer will restart in the 10th spot.
Chris Wilner, I saw you right there as Taylor Gray come to rest in front of you on the pit lane.
Yeah, this was a call just to make sure they pack it full of fuel. Doesn't hurt after making a 2.5-mile trip around this speedway to come back. Top it off with fuel. Jason Ratcliffe said once we make the chassis adjustment, they made one in the rear window with the wrench, and then about 5 seconds of fuel, and he was down and away.
So that'll send Taylor Gray back out as he drove through his pit box, or slid through his pit box a couple of stops back, gave up a ton of track position, and now they're going to have to amend their strategy. Knowing they got a fast race car, they've led the most laps so far today, Todd, a total of 24.
Yeah, Jason Ratcliffe being creative here, and sometimes you have to do that to recover from issues that happen on pit road. So, here's an opportunity for them. Stacked full of fuel. We've got 60 laps to go, and with the caution that you'll have for the stage break, I might put him in a position where he can stay out that one and come back, especially if we have another caution between now and the end.
Jason Ratcliffe, the all-time winningest crew chief in the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series, been paired with Taylor Gray the last couple of years or so, and waiting to see what kind of yield they can produce, already going to victory lane earlier this year at the Kansas Speedway. Here they come off the end of the short straightaway into turn 3. Corvette pace car will be coming to pit road in just a moment. When they come back to the line, it'll be 9 laps to go. In stage 2, we will have completed the 41st lap, and Justin Allgaier, trying for his first ever win at the Pocono Raceway, leads the field. But Alex, there's a lot of racing still to come this afternoon.
Yeah, there certainly is, as we've got 59 laps to go in today's Miller Tech 250 here at Pocono Raceway for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Green flag is in the air. Through the gearbox they go one more time, and immediately they begin to fan out 3 and maybe even 4 wide by the time to get in front of Kyle Rickey.
All of that racing mid-pack, just into the top 10, 4 wide. Brent Cruz right to the bottom, and will pick up a couple of spots. At the front of the field, it's Justin Allgaier who's able to drive away from Carson Quapple, who's just trying to hang on to this runner-up position.
Carson Quapple trying to hold on to second. Austin Hill, or make that Sheldon Creed, rather, on the outside of Carson Quapple, continuing to duel for that runner-up spot. Here comes Allgaier, the leader, into the tunnel turn, leading by 2 car lengths. Get the second spot to Quapple. Creed goes third. That's the top 3, and they're spinning further back. One car goes for a long slide through the corner. That is Patrick Emmerling. He did not hit anything, but that car was dead sideways in the middle of the tunnel turn.
And that will put us under Hardy's caution number 6 of the Miller Tech Battery 250. A problem in front of Shady Ray's turn announcer, Tim Catalfamo.
Well, Patrick Emmerling got really sideways going into the tunnel turn. He was trying to hold onto the car, and he did a nice job of doing so. I don't think he made any contact with anybody, but the car was definitely sideways, and the drivers that were behind Patrick Emmerling had a scary moment because that smoke screen that he put down as he was sliding through turn number 2 was awfully hard to see in front of.
And that'll buy you a few more laps in the fuel mileage game as we're down to just 8 laps to go. In stage number 2, Justin Allgaier, the race leader.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We are under the green flag.
Listen up, NASCAR fans. Now's the time to turn your love of racing into big-time prizes. Because NASCAR Fantasy Live is your fast lane to bragging rights.
Furious racing here.
Pick 5 drivers each week of the season. Then complete additional challenges to stack points. All for your shot at the grand prize.
So let's get this party started.
For official rules and to learn more, visit NASCAR.com/fantasy and sign up today.
As we work the Hardy's caution flag for the 6th time in this afternoon's race, with just 8 laps to go in the stage, pit lane is going to stay closed this time by for the field. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
You've never been one to idly watch someone else do something for you. There's pride in self-reliance, in working with your hands, in harnessing the power of an E3 spark plug with Diamond Fire technology, yielding better engine performance. You have a choice to make. Take control of your ride, of your life, or be the passenger princess of it. Visit e3sparkplugs.com to put the power in your hands.
4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Experience uncensored, real-time audio from drivers and crews, all hands-free and wireless with Bluetooth functionality, fast, lightweight, and zero latency. The RE4000 keeps you locked into every pass, every pit stop, and every checkered flag. Plus, with automatic over-the-air programming at major events, setup is quick and effortless. Check it out at racingelectronics.com today.
Motor Racing Network's NASCAR Coast to Coast podcast with Chris Wilner. All about grassroots racing.
Back here at Pocono Raceway, pit lane did in fact open up at the last moment. Some cars came in. Steve Post.
Yeah, Justin Allgaier was the first one in. Pretty happy with his car. He was the first one out here as well. Austin Hill was in. He just cannot get that car to turn, especially exiting the corners. So they made a major chassis adjustment on that car. Also went down here, William Byron. He said he just lacked security, especially down in turn number 1. He just didn't feel comfortable with the race car. The Haas Factory CNC duo, Sam Mayer was in, as well as Sheldon Creed and a few others down here. More cars in front of you, Chris Wilner.
Carson Quapple was in, complaining he was really tight over the bumps in the tunnel turn in turn number 2, so opted to change 4 Goodyear tires, make an adjustment on that car. Sammy Smith was in as well. That car really tight as well. They made another adjustment on his Chevrolet, and Brandon Jones was in, a late call for him, but with the Carson Quapple stop, they nearly had a loose wheel. Took a lot of time to get the front tire changer back over to the left side, so they lost a few positions here on pit road.
Extended stay on pit road for Jeb Burton. He is just exiting the pit lane. Brennan Poole still there, attending to some damage on the right front nose of that race car. And, of course, Ryan Sieg and his team have just had a miserable day here in the Poconos. They're on pit road again after Ryan was involved in a crash coming off turn 3 at lap 8, which put us under Hardy's caution number 2.
So we're going to stay that way. Again, the longest green flag stretch today has only been 14 consecutive green flag laps. We got 57 laps to go as we close in on the halfway point of the race. It's been a tough one here today. 22 laps this time by have been run under the caution flag. So half of our race has been run under caution.
When the field comes to the line, they'll get the 1 to go signal. We're going to re-rack them and go again. When they come back, it'll be a 5-lap shootout for the end of stage 2. Brent Cruz is the leader. Parker Retzlaff will restart second. Connor Zilich third. Jeremy Clements fourth. Rajah Caruth fifth. Dean Thompson will restart in sixth. Taylor Gray, after leading 24 laps earlier, he'll restart seventh. With Carson Ware in eighth. Justin Allgaier 9th, and Nick Sanchez in 10th.
Rest of the top 20, Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer go 11 and 12. William Byron 13th. William Sawalich is 14th. Austin Hill 15th. Anthony Alfredo is 16th. Sammy Smith is 17th, with Carson Quapple 18th. Brandon Jones 19th, and Harrison Burton is 20th.
Run you deeper through the field. Kyle Sieg will restart 21st. Blaine Perkins will restart in 22nd. Patrick Emmerling in 23rd. Cole Custer 24th. Patrick Staropoli in 25th. Ryan Ellis is 26th. Josh Balicki in 27th. LeVar Scott 28th. Dexter Bean 29th, and Ryan Sieg in 30th.
Jeb Burton making a last-minute pit stop is 31st. Brendan Poole 32nd. He is the last car on the racetrack. All cars still running are, in fact, on the lead lap. Being scored off the racetrack from 33rd on back, Leland Honeyman Jr., Natalie Decker, Nathan Bird, Joey Gase, Jesse Love, and Corey Day.
Talking about Parker Retzloff running his first laps in the top 5 ever here at Pocono Raceway. That car's got a lot of speed, and right now he will restart on the inside of row 1. We'll see if Brent Cruz can keep Parker and company in the rearview mirror. Shout out to Connor Zilich, was involved in a caution flag back on lap 25, and they basically put a little duct tape on the car, a little Bondo there, tended to some chassis challenges, and right now Connor is firmly in the top 5. He will restart 3rd, but he'll also restart on the inside of row 2.
Parker Retzloff still searching for his first career O'Reilly Auto Parts Series win. Already this year, we've had 4 first-time winners. Taylor Gray at Martinsville, Sheldon Creed at Echo Park Speedway, William Sawalich at Rockingham, and Corey Day at Talladega.
Pace cars on pit road. Here they come to the line. Green flag is back up, and it's Brent Cruz had to get a great restart, but Parker Retzloff is going to stick with him. Stride for stride, double wide among the first 4 rows. They're 3 wide for their back.
Couple of cars stepping out of line, middle of the field, including Justin Allgaier, who charges to the bottom and gains about 4 spots by the time they get to turn number 1. To the inside, Parker Retzloff leads to the Long Pond straightaway.
It's Retzloff the leader off of turn number 1. They continue to fan out 2 and 3 wide going down the Long Pond straightaway. Justin Allgaier back around the 7th spot trying to make some moves on the restart. Battle for the lead, though, flares up in the tunnel turn. Here's Brent Cruz looking to the inside on Retzloff for the lead.
Brent Cruz thought about shoving his nose to the bottom of the racetrack, then he thought better of it, falls back in line as they race into turn number 3, and now Brent Cruz has his hands full with Connor Zilich.
Brent Cruz really backed up the entrance to turn number 3. He's going to give up a couple of car lengths.
Trouble in turn 3. We got one car that has gone around. It is Kyle Sieg, and he loops it, goes to a slow spin. Didn't go all the way around, but it looks like he is going to come to almost a stop. Nope, he gets it rolling again off of turn 3.
And will stay under the green flag as he brings the car back up to speed and makes his way down the front straightaway. Parker Retzloff away with the lead. Battle from 3rd on back, exits turn 1 for the Long Pond straightaway.
And that's where you find drivers like Connor Zilich, Jeremy Clements, and others battling for those spots. Racing to the tunnel turn. Rajah Caruth also part of this mix. Connor Zilich securely grabs the 3rd spot. Now it's Clements and Caruth dueling side by side for 4th. Give it to Caruth off 2.
Door to door for a moment, but Rajah Caruth clears Jeremy Clements and starts to pull away down the short chute. Behind them, William Byron makes an aggressive move. He goes to the inside of Carson Quapple.
Come up off of turn number 3 down to the line. We'll have 3 laps to go in the second stage of today's race. At the front of the field, a 2-car breakaway. Parker Retzloff, Brent Cruz, they have 1 and 2 by themselves going to turn number 1.
Under braking into turn number 1 come the race leaders into the corner. Parker Retzloff by 1 car length. Brent Cruz trying to outbreak him just a bit, and he will. Great drive off of turn number 1 for Brent Cruz, who goes to the bottom and to the race lead.
Brent Cruz has got a fender alongside of Parker Retzloff. Retzloff, though, fighting back on the outside lane. Chevy Toyota battle side by side up the Long Pond straightaway. Brent Cruz drives it deep into the tunnel turn. He'll clear Parker Retzloff. Retzloff tried the crossover move, but it's Cruz the leader by 1 off 2.
The red, white, and blue Mobil 1 Toyota of Brent Cruz to the top spot, and he opens it up to a car length advantage entering turn 3. Further back, Justin Allgaier up 1 more on the leaderboard as he slides by Rajah Caruth.
Off the corner, 2 laps to go in stage 2, and new leader Brent Cruz brings them back to the line. Parker Retzlaff in second. Justin Allgaier will change lanes, rumble out of the pocket, and pull out and put himself in a battle for third.
Try to take that spot away, and by the time they get to the end of the front straightaway, he will. Goes to the inside of Connor Zilic to move Justin Allgaier to position number 3, about 5 car lengths behind Parker Retzlaff.
And Zilic's problems are not over just yet. He lost another spot coming off of turn number 1 to Raja Karuth. So Zilic has been kicked back to 5th. Jeremy Clements rides in the 6th position. William Byron directly behind him. Following in the tire tracks of Clements is Byron off turn 2.
And further ahead, the battle for second starting to heat up. Justin Allgaier on those fresher Goodyear Racing Eagles. He is closing in at a very fast rate on the back bumper of Parker Retzlaff. Just 1 car length of separation between the 2.
Come back down to the line. We'll begin our final trip of the racetrack. In stage number 2, Brent Cruz now beginning to lengthen out his advantage. Parker Retzlaff has a mirror full of Justin Allgaier headed to Kyle Rickey.
Justin Allgaier's charge to the front continues, but does he have enough time to get there first? He's got to clear the Parker Retzlaff car for second. Within a car length now, but is kind of stalled out in that 3rd spot as they exit turn number 1 for Justin Allgaier.
Justin Allgaier looking for a little bit of running room to get around Parker Retzlaff for the 2nd position. All of this is happening behind the leader Brent Cruz in his Mobil 1 Toyota, who leads into the tunnel turn by about 3 car lengths. Cruz goes by, so does Retzlaff and Allgaier.
This battle for second that has flared up has allowed for Brent Cruz to really open up his lead, as it is Brent Cruz by 5 car lengths for the final time in stage 2. 1 car length again between Parker Retzlaff and Justin Allgaier.
Parker Retzlaff trying to keep Justin Allgaier in the rear view mirror off turn 3. Green and white checkered flag waving. At the start-finish line, Brent Cruz will win stage 2. Justin Allgaier to the inside of Parker Retzlaff will claim the 2nd spot. Parker Retzlaff 3rd, Raja Karuth 4th, William Byron will finish in 5th, Connor Zilic will finish stage 2 in 6th, with Sam Mayer in 7th, Jeremy Clements in 8th, Anthony Alfredo in 9th, and Carson Quapple in 10th.
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty, and I want to tell you about a place that's near and dear to my heart, Victory Junction. It's a year-round camp that gives kids with complex medical and physical conditions life-changing experiences that are fun, empowering, and always free for families. Please help Victory Junction support kids who need it the most by getting involved today. Whether you know a child who could benefit, want to volunteer, or join our team, you can be a part of something truly special. Learn more by visiting victoryjunction.org.
Meet the all-new RE4000 Bluetooth scanner from Racing Electronics. Hear uncensored audio from your favorite drivers or listen to the live MRN radio broadcast, all hands-free and wireless with Bluetooth technology. Fast, lightweight, and built for race day, the RE4000 delivers zero latency so you never miss a moment of the action. Powerful, wireless, effortless, that's the RE4000. Learn more at racingelectronics.com.
Hardy's caution number 7 flying over the Miller Tech Battery 250 comes out for the end of stage 2. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
When you devour Jack Links, the official real meat protein snack of NASCAR, you could win twice. First, because real meat protein can help boost your libido.
Hey, I've noticed you've boosted your libido.
Thank you for noticing. And second, because you can enter the Jack Links Eat, Meet, and Win sweepstakes for a chance to win 4 epic NASCAR getaways, tickets, and more at jacklinks.com/NASCAR. Libido boost and people noticing your libido boost may vary. Enter now at jacklinks.com/NASCAR. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 12/31/26. U.S. residents 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Sponsor Link Snacks, Inc.
NASCAR fans, get ready to feel the rush. The official NASCAR Tracks app is your ultimate race day companion. From managing your event tickets to navigating with wayfinding maps, event schedules, and facility info, it's got everything you need to make your experience unforgettable.
Ready, green flag, green
Bring
flag.
your headphones and dive into the action like never before with live scanner access.
Got a race to win, my man.
Listen in on driver and team communications at select NASCAR Tracks. Download NASCAR Tracks now on the Apple App Store or Google Play.
This is Carson Quapple. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on the Motor Racing Network.
Back at Pocono Raceway, working Hardy's Caution 7, coming out for the end of Stage 2. Pit road will be open in a moment. Brent Cruz has bubbled up to the top of the leaderboard. Brent Cruz driving for Joe Gibbs Racing. Of course, you got Justin Allgaier hovering there right behind him in second. Good run for Parker Retzlaff. And how about Rajah Caruth? He's had good runs driving for both Jordan Anderson Racing and Junior Motorsports. He's in a Jordan Anderson Racing car this weekend.
Yeah, they're playing a nice strategy card here today to get him some track position up into the number 4 spot in front of William Byron. But it has been a difficult one when you're bouncing between two different race teams. Even though there's a bit of an alliance between them, it's still different folks you're working with and different pit crews and whatnot. So it could be a challenge out there, and they're making the most of it, putting together a nice season here so far.
I was just looking at the top 10 runners at this stage of the race. We're just past the halfway point, and we've got quite the interesting mix of organizations there. Joe Gibbs Racing leads. You've got Junior Motorsports with a full slate inside of the top 10. Viking Motorsports is represented. Jordan Anderson Racing is as well. Haas Factory Team and Jeremy Clements Racing all in the top 10. That's a good mix of organizations right now.
Yeah, and a good mix of pit strategy up there as well. And that's a typical Pocono race. Doesn't matter what series it is, Todd. Strategy is something that comes into play every single time we put the green flag in the air here in the mountains.
Yeah, and you look at this whole piece and where we are, Justin Allgaier is kind of leading the later strategy. Came at pit stall 40 or lap 43 for his last pit. I wouldn't think that he would come, and we'll see where this plays out, but see who comes to pit road. There's going to be some guys that are going to give up a lot of track position, but they got some stage points out of it.
It's interesting how we can get, I don't want to say cattywampus, but we can get kind of, differing pit strategies, coming down, staying out, coming down 2 tires, 4 tires, things like that. This is a strategy blender, as it were. Everything thrown in and then hit puree.
And then add on the end of it with 50-some second lap times, you can come under green and flip stages. So if you have to, if you're a good car, you can pit under green and not go a full lap down. So we'll see where this plays out. But it looked like sticker tires were good for a couple laps. I watched William Byron. He restarted 14th last time, drove up to 5th in the first 4 or 5 laps. Kind of lost a little position back from there. But it looks like there's a tire advantage that can play out. Although Parker Retzlaff, last time on pit road, lap 19, and ended up just about battling for second there in that stage.
With pit lane open this time, I expect Retzlaff and maybe others to come to pit road as well. We'll find out again because strategy is in play, who will elect to come to pit lane and who will not. There will be 47 laps to go as the field will come by the start-finish line, and indeed off turn number 3. Here come 5 drivers off the racetrack. Further back, 2 more, but the majority of the field's going to stay out on the Speedway. It's Brent Cruz. He's got Parker Retzlaff behind him. Also coming to pit lane is Connor Zilic. Chris?
Connor Zilic asking for more adjustments aboard his Junior Motorsports Chevrolet. Said, I'm still super loose in and tight off the corner. Just very disconnected. They're going to change 4 Goodyear tires. Their last set of stickers going aboard this Chevrolet. Also fill it full of Sunoco fuel. And how about Jeremy Clements? Says, these restarts are killing me. The car doesn't like the heat cycles. No major changes besides air pressure for Jeremy Clements on start 547. Steve Bose?
You guys just documented that Parker Retzlaff was last in on lap 19, and that car got very, very loose, and they explained to him, you were the oldest car on tires. It's going to be that way. 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel. Brent Cruz was in. He said the car got a little tight, but he did not think it was necessarily tire-related. He thought it was after the heat cycle of one of those caution periods, so minor adjustment there to maybe account for that, but Brent Cruz down and away. A handful of cars here pitting at this point at the end of stage number 2, and everybody will still have one more stop before the end of this afternoon's race.
Justin Allgaier stays on the racetrack and will cycle back to the lead for the 3rd time of the afternoon.
Down here, Ryan Blaney gets 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does.
Sunoco cans injected to the car. Bubba Wallace down and away.
All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR. From the track to your tank. Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR.
Looking for a weekly motorsports podcast to stay up to date on what's happening on and off the track? The Motor Racing Network is the place. Hear from NASCAR crew chiefs on MRN Crew Call. All the happenings from regional touring series and local tracks on NASCAR Coast to Coast. Sprint Car Talk on Winged Nation. NASCAR history on MRN Classic Races. And hear from the drivers on NASCAR Live. MRN podcasts available on MRN.com, YouTube, or your favorite podcast platform.
Justin Allgaier leads the pack across the start-finish line. William Byron is second. Sam Mayer's third. Anthony Alfredo is fourth. And Carson Kvapil round out the top five. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Sonoma, a spectacular setting for this race.
They make contact. It's side by side through turn number 12. At the line, it's going to be Sawallich. Unbelievable.
Oh, and a race leader.
But we just had a really good race car, and that's what it takes. It takes a good group of guys, a good crew. This is really a team sport.
Catch the ARCA Menard Series West at Sonoma Raceway, Friday, June 26th at 6:15 Eastern, live on the NASCAR channel.
Jeff Gordon wins the Daytona 500.
Jeff Gordon's rise to one of NASCAR's all-time greatest drivers was one like no other. Relive Jeff Gordon's journey to the NASCAR Hall of Fame with the exclusive MRN podcast, Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career. 93 Cup Series wins, 4 Cup Series championships, and 3 Daytona 500 wins, a career rivaled by few others. Check out MRN's Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career on podcast platforms and MRN.com.
Listen to daily NASCAR news from the Motor Racing Network on NASCAR Hot Pass and NASCAR Today.
Back at Pocono, wrapping up Hardy's Caution 7. Should be getting the one-to-go signal here shortly. We'll get back underway, and this will create the stretch run. When they come to the line, it's going to be 45 to go. And with all these differing pit strategies, it remains to be clear which one will prevail. Of course, the wild card in all this is, will we have any more caution flags? We've had 7 of them so far.
Yeah, and we've heard Steve Post and Chris Wilner mention just on this last pit stop, Todd, that some of these teams put on their last set of brand new Goodyear sticker tires as well. So tire advantage will be strong here early on, but with still 45 laps to go, that's a long way to go on tires.
Yeah, I feel like that advantage is the first 3 laps, and after that we'll see where that plays out. How most of these teams will run this. Steve Post, I'm going to throw this one at you. Do you split this one in half, or is this road course strategy? What are you hearing, maybe?
I heard initially early in the day before we got into racing that we would do more likely a road course strategy, and that means as soon as the pit road opens, like about lap 65, they would come down and maintain track position. But every crew chief I talked to said that qualifies with the tire fall off or the speed degradation, and I think there's a little more of that today. So I'm going to be leaning, and it's not a huge difference, I'm going to be leaning at maybe splitting, so probably somewhere around lap 70 is what it is. Now, I'm looking up and down pit road, and it looks like everybody down here that I have still has a new set of tires, so I don't know that anybody down on this end of pit road is into the last set just yet.
Well, Todd, I will redirect the question back to you. I mean, you did a heck of a job rolling the dice last night. What about tonight?
Yeah, it's... I would, Steve asked me this question in the break, and I said I'd split it in half. The more I've thought about it, I'd probably be on the front side of that, especially with the cautions that we've had, because you never know how many green flag laps you're going to run afterwards. So the opportunity to be cycled forward would be good, to be on pit road and beat that. We'll see where it plays out.
I'm not so sure Todd rolled the dice at all last night, but he still came out a winner. The big question now is, we don't know how this is going to play out. Our longest green flag stretch has only been 14 laps. The law of averages say we're due some long green flag racing here. I got a feeling we may start getting some green flag racing here in this final run to the checkered flag.
And that green flag run to the checkered flag will begin in just a couple of moments. Pace car is lined up behind the field in front of Nathan Prouty.
Yeah, you got a couple of Junior Motorsport teammates. Chevrolet is on the front row. Justin Allgaier underneath William Byron. And then 2 more Chevys behind them, Sam Mayer and Anthony Alfredo. That's their front 4.
Chevrolet Corvette safety car will make the left-hand turn and get the heck off the racetrack. Here comes the field now. On the straightaway and into the restart zone. Green flag will go back in the air. 44 laps to go in this one. Inside lane is Justin Allgaier. Big start there for Allgaier. He's got Sam Mayer stacked up on his back bumper as they race to turn number 1.
With William Byron leading the outside lane as they come to turn number 1. Sam Mayer will step out of line on Justin Allgaier from the race lead. Here he comes to the inside. Mayer to the bottom, but Allgaier with that high side momentum hangs on to the top spot by a half car length.
Allgaier's got the lead, but here comes Sam Mayer off of turn number 1, driving all the way down to the bottom side of the Long Pond straightaway. Now slides up the racetrack and gets even with Allgaier for the lead. Allgaier on the outside. Sam Mayer down on the low side. It's Allgaier by a half a car length off 2.
Justin Allgaier clears Sam Mayer on the short chute behind them. Anthony Alfredo takes away 3rd from Cole Custer. That's your top 3 as Sam Mayer continues to give chase to Justin Allgaier.
Sam Mayer riding in position 2 off turn 3. Justin Allgaier bringing the field back to the line. Behind Sam Mayer, you've got Anthony Alfredo and Sheldon Creed. But things really get spicy from 5th on back. William Byron trying to keep them all in the rearview mirror.
William Byron out of line all the way to the inside of the front straightaway before diving back into line just in front of Sammy Smith and Carson Twaffle. They are nose to nose for the 6th spot as the battle for the lead is on again off 1.
Sam Mayer making another run at the race leader, Justin Allgaier. They trot up the straightaway, racing back to the tunnel turn. Sam Mayer in his green and black Chevy to the inside of Allgaier. Allgaier once again on the outside lane, rolls through turn number 2 cleanly, and he holds the lead.
The silver and black fluorescent orange Carolina Carport Chevrolet of Justin Allgaier back to the point with Sam Mayer trying desperately again in turn 3. A little sideways with Sam Mayer. Here comes Anthony Alfredo to the inside.
Anthony Alfredo digging hard at the bottom of the speedway. Sam Mayer is going to have a challenge for the runner-up spot as Allgaier gets away with the lead. Sheldon Creed in 4th, simply looking on from the backside.
Anthony Alfredo continuing to look to the bottom and does so into turn number 1 on Sam Mayer for the 2nd spot. That race for position about a car length and a half behind Justin Allgaier, the race leader, who's about to have company with Anthony Alfredo closing in.
Anthony Alfredo and Sam Mayer still trying to get around Allgaier for the top spot here at Pocono Raceway. It's Allgaier by half a car length. However, here comes Alfredo, ducking to the left ever so slightly. He poked a headlight to the inside on the straightaway. Was nothing there. Now he cuts the line.
Justin Allgaier gets really good launch and drive off of turn number 2, but you can break out your favorite blanket and throw it over the top 3. They continue to be just a half a car length apart as Justin Allgaier leads them back to the front straightaway.
Anthony Alfredo coming to life here in the final stage of the MillerTech Battery 250. He right now is running in position number 2, but his mirrors are filled with Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, and William Byron. 5-car breakaway up front.
Everybody staying in line into turn number 1 behind race leader Justin Allgaier. Race for 2nd, tightens up. Mayer into the corner a bit deeper. Little bit of the nudge to Anthony Alfredo, who slides up the racetrack. Mayer back into the 2nd position.
Give the 2nd spot to Sam Mayer. Anthony Alfredo, though, trying to hold on to that 3rd spot because he's got company to his left elbow. Making the pass on the Long Pond straightaway is Sheldon Creed. Creed goes to 3rd. Alfredo back to 4th. Byron and Sammy Smith directly behind Alfredo.
William Byron and Sammy Smith must be licking their chops because they are seeing some very intense racing right out the front windshield, and that has allowed them to pull right to the back bumper of Anthony Alfredo as Byron is just 1 car length behind for 4th.
Yeah, Byron just simply looking on, trying to find some real estate to make a move there as he rides in the 4th spot. He opens up the inside lane once again on Anthony Alfredo. Wheel to wheel, they go to turn number 1.
Anthony Alfredo backsliding just a bit. Here comes Byron to the bottom, looking to take that 4th spot away. Allgaier, Mayer, and Sheldon Creed now a distant 3rd. They're racing hot and heavy from 4th on back to the exit of turn number 1.
William Byron is there. Anthony Alfredo is there along with the Sammy Smith automobile. They are racing for the 4th spot. Up front, Sam Mayer keeping tabs on the leader, Justin Allgaier. Mayer only trails Allgaier by 2 car lengths.
Sam Mayer, he is acting like a bloodhound on a scent trail, and that trail leads right to the back bumper of Justin Allgaier. He has caught him, and he has railed him in. They are fighting hard for the race lead in turn 3.
39 laps to go in Pocono, and Sam Mayer is keeping Justin Allgaier honest. 2 car lengths, Allgaier's advantage, but those two have broken away by 7 car lengths over Sheldon Creed. Good battles on for 4th. Anthony Alfredo inside, William Byron outside.
William Byron falls in the line behind Alfredo in 5th. Sammy Smith also part of that traffic in the 6th spot. They will single out into turn number 1 as Anthony Alfredo leads that battle for position to the Long Pond straightaway.
It is a 3-car fight again for that 4th position. It belongs to Anthony Alfredo. William Byron, though, about a half a car length behind Alfredo, a half a car length behind William Byron is Sammy Smith. They remain in that formation, single file through the tunnel turn.
3 cars packed tightly together, working up off of turn number 2 as Anthony Alfredo continuing to do a really good job at keeping William Byron and Sammy Smith in the rearview mirror. They again go to the bottom of the racetrack in turn 3.
Yeah, things begin to settle down just a bit, except for where Brandon Jones is racing around the number 10 position, side by side up off of the corner. He is going to race hard there with Connor Zilic. They look ahead and see Jeremy Clements' bright blue Chevrolet to the inside of Brent Cruz.
What a great run for Jeremy Clements up the front straightaway. Will carry that speed into turn number 1. Brent Cruz a little deeper into the corner, goes wider, a little too wide for Cruz. He'll give up that spot to Jeremy Clements.
That's the fight for 8th out of turn number 1. Jeremy Clements has got it. Brent Cruz loses that position. He is 9th, and he has got company behind him. Here comes Connor Zilic, looking left, looking right. Now goes to the outside on Brent Cruz in the tunnel turn. They're side by side.
Connor Zilic trying to do it the hard way in turn number 2, and he will do so. Pulls right up alongside Brent Cruz. They will drag race into turn 3. You can give that spot to Connor Zilic.
Racing for the 9th position off turn 3, Connor Zilic involved in a caution earlier on today, just trying to make up some lost ground. He's wedged his way under Brent Cruz and will take that spot, but it's got a long way to go to catch race leader Justin Allgaier, who still is unable to shake Sam Mayer.
Still keeping them within arm's reach is Sam Mayer, about 3 car lengths back behind Justin Allgaier. The top 2 have been able to clear Sheldon Creed, who's running unchallenged in 3rd.
Sheldon Creed about 10 or 12 car lengths behind the Sam Mayer automobile, who rides in the 2nd position. Further back, outside of the top 5, they're battling hard, going up the Long Pond straightaway. Jeremy Clements maneuvers around Taylor Gray. Taylor Gray looks in his rearview mirror. Here comes Brent Cruz.
And an impressive run so far for Jeremy Clements, tying the all-time start record in this series today here at Pocono, showing some muscle underneath the hood, pulling away from those 2 Joe Gibbs Toyotas behind him.
Jeremy Clements coming to life here in the final run to the checkered flag. 36 laps to go. It's a 2-car breakaway at the front of the field. Justin Allgaier leads by 0.4 of a second over Sam Mayer.
That equates about 2 car lengths on the racetrack as they're under braking into turn number 1. And here comes Mayer, closing now to within 1 on race leader Justin Allgaier. Great race at the front of the field here in the late stages.
Sam Mayer wants the lead away from Justin Allgaier, but he has not been able to find any daylight to make the pass. Again, a distant 3rd is Sheldon Creed. The battle is on for 4th. The machine of Anthony Alfredo, who has been having a strong run at this afternoon, has got William Byron to his left shoulder. Byron completes the pass again. That's for 4th, headed to Nathan Prouty.
Anthony Alfredo tried desperately to hold off William Byron, but Byron slides by further ahead. That battle for the race lead stays hot and heavy.
Off turn 3, watching William Byron try to hang on to the 5th spot, but Anthony Alfredo's basically got his nose buried up under Byron's spoiler. Off 3, there they go, cross the start-finish line. William Byron hanging on to the spot for now. Anthony Alfredo just turned the wick up 2 clicks, headed to 1.
Had a look to the inside, but has to fall back in the line as Anthony Alfredo on William Byron. A little loose upon entering into the corner is Byron, but is able to hang on to that spot for now. They're lined up behind Byron 3 deep, including Jeremy Clements.
And meanwhile, the battle for the lead side by side, headed to turn number 2. Sam Mayer finally got a fender along the inside of Justin Allgaier, drives it deep into turn number 2. Can't make the pass. Allgaier holds the lead.
And again, Justin Allgaier displaying his skills in turn number 2. His strongest part on the racetrack, drives right back around Sam Mayer. They continue to play a high-speed game of me and my shadow.
Off turn number 3, they come back down to the line. Still a two-car fight at the front of the field. It's been a dandy of a race. 34 laps remaining in the event now. Justin Allgaier leads Sam Mayer by a car length and a half. Sheldon Creed all by him's lonesome in third, and then 4 cars begin to stack up from fourth on back.
Here they come into turn number 1. William Byron in that 4th spot. Anthony Alfredo in 5th. That's a battle for position. Just behind them, Jeremy Clements goes to the inside of Sammy Smith. He will pick up position number 6 to the exit of the corner.
These are good battles happening inside of the top 10 right now. You have that ongoing battle for 4th between William Byron and Anthony Alfredo. Then you have that battle for 6th between Jeremy Clements and Sammy Smith. All those cars cleanly exit turn 2.
And those 4 cars remain in lockstep formation off of the tunnel turn and down the short chute. William Byron leading the charge between the 4 into turn 3. Alfredo behind Byron. Jeremy Clements closes in on the back bumper of Anthony Alfredo.
Here comes Sam Mayer looking low on Justin Allgaier, trying to take away the lead. They are side by side at the start-finish line. Mayer is there. A couple of Chevrolets wrestling for the lead in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania.
Mayer to the inside, all the way up alongside Justin Allgaier into turn number 1. Mayer to the bottom. Allgaier top side. Off the corner, it is Sam Mayer back to the front of the field.
Sam Mayer emphatically slid right in front of Justin Allgaier coming off of turn number 1. Now he makes some evasive maneuvers going down the Long Pond straightaway, trying to break the draft. It's Mayer the leader. Allgaier a half a car length behind him, shadowing him coming off of turn number 2.
Justin Allgaier rumbling right up to the back bumper of Sam Mayer now as Allgaier is playing the one who is chasing the race leader. New race leader, it's Sam Mayer by a car length in turn 3.
Sam Mayer has the advantage. Both of them at the bottom side of the third corner. As they exit, they make their way drifting wide up against the safer barrier to driver's right. Mayer goes to the inside to break the draft. Allgaier follows him. It's a perfect box step maneuver. They're working their way to turn number 1. Meanwhile, green flag pit stops begin to happen right here. Sammy Smith, Taylor Gray, they'll peel off the racetrack as they make their way in. Let's follow Taylor Gray in front of Chris Wilner.
This is with 32 laps to go. Remember, Taylor Gray stayed out at the end of the stage. They wanted to get to 65, but once Jeff Burton started the cycle a lap ago, here they come. 4 Goodyear tires for this team that had a slow stop earlier in the race. They made a slight air pressure adjustment. Taylor Gray down and away. Sammy Smith waiting on the fuel. He's down and away as well. And also in is also Blaine Perkins. Steve Post, anybody yet in front of you?
Not yet, but folks are starting to limber up down here. We're getting ready for a green flag pit cycle down on this end of pit road.
And while we await green flag pit stops, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network. .31 laps to go for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series at Pocono Raceway. The fans are being entertained to a great battle for the lead, which is heading to turn 1.
With another lead change into turn number 1, Justin Allgaier outbreaking Sam Mayer into the corner. Allgaier takes the race lead, but for how long?
It's not over just yet, Kyle Rickey. Headed up the straightaway, Sam Mayer once again to the left shoulder of Justin Allgaier. On the approach to turn number 2, Mayer slides right back in front of Allgaier, takes the lead away. They both exit the tunnel turn.
Back and forth, the top 2 go as Allgaier try to take a peek to the inside off turn number 2. Nothing doing, nothing there. Sam Mayer back to the point as he continues to pull along Justin Allgaier in turn 3.
That's battling at the front of the field is going to enable Sheldon Creed to close in just a bit from the number 3 spot. Still a pit stop to be made by all of these front runners. 4th place driver will peel off the racetrack and head to pit lane. The 3 cars racing for the top spot stay on the track. Here comes Sheldon Creed. He'll come to pit road this time by 55 miles per hour for Sheldon Creed. Let's follow him to his pit box.
Yeah, Sheldon Creed brings that car into the attention of the crew, making the call here on lap number 70. Going to be 4 tires Sunoco Racing fuel on it. Make sure it's full of Sunoco Racing fuel. He's been dealing with a little bit of a loose race car over the course of the run. Go around to the left side. Sheldon Creed continues this cycle as we are getting ready for more and more pit stops. Matter of fact, Justin Allgaier just radioed. Next time by, they're coming down.
Battle Out for the lead off the tunnel turn, headed to Nathan Prouty.
Some really good racing, and in the mix of all this is the lap machine of Jeb Burton nearly making contact with Justin Allgaier as Allgaier pulls over to the side of the racetrack as he gets ready to come down pit road.
Sam Mayer, the race leader, will stay on the racetrack, and indeed, here comes Justin Allgaier. Lap number 71, Allgaier stabs the brake pedal as the race leader Sam Mayer, the lap car of Jeb Burton, scamper on by. Justin Allgaier, the silver and black Carolina Carport Chevrolet, heads to Steve Post.
55 miles per hour. He comes down pit road. Well, with the speeding, or with the buffer, he's going about 60 right now. He's able to go 59.995. Here he is into the pit box. Reported that the car just got free on exit at the end of that run. So crew around to the right side now, quickly hustling around to the left side, pumping a half a jack on the left side of the car. Looks like a solid pit stop, making sure it's full of Sunoco racing fuel. Justin Allgaier in this very first pit box is down in a way. Chris, it looks like Connor Zilich was in front of you.
He was, and that was going to be scuffed tires. He was out of full sticker sets after having that issue and caution earlier on in the race. They made a slight adjustment to that car and sent him back down underway.
Here's race leader Sam Mayer. He'll woe his Haas Factory Team Chevrolet down. He will, too, go to the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit and will make his pit stop at lap 72. He'll bring William Byron with him, Anthony Alfredo, Brandon Jones, Raja Caruth as well. Back to Chris.
Here comes Brandon Jones with this lightning-fast pit crew that had an issue in stage number 1. Clean on the right side. They make their way around to the left side. Sam McCauley saying, go on my cue. Left side tires are in. Sunoco cans engaged. They opted to run long, and this is going according to their plan. See Post?
Yeah, down here, Sam Mayer is down and away. Sunoco fuel is put in. Looked like a solid stop for Sam Mayer. William Byron, they might be a little slow on the left side. In fact, yeah, they are a little slow on the left side for William Byron. Austin Hill is in getting pit service. Anthony Alfredo is getting pit service as well. There goes Raja Caruth back on the racetrack. Chris, more in front of you.
No one's left Steve Post. Most of the leaders on my section have pitted, just waiting on a couple at the tail end.
So the race leader is now Jeremy Clements, but they have the tires out while waiting Jeremy to come to pit lane. As I say that, here he is, off turn number 3. Clements now in that bright blue Chevrolet comes to a stop. Let's follow Jeremy Clements.
The little team that could, having a great showing here on such a monumental day for Jeremy Clements, tying the all-time record and starts at 5:47. I mentioned on his last stop, it was the restarts that were giving him fits. His last transmission on the radio just a little bit snug, but the car came to life. They're not going to touch much on this Chevrolet as the crew gets to the left side. Really good pit stop for Jeremy Clements. Can he turn it into a solid day on a great day? We'll see what happens.
Lamar Scott is in for service. William Sawalich and his damaged Toyota come in as Brent Cruz will cycle back to the top of the leaderboard. This will be the third time today that Brent Cruz has led here at Pocono. Dean Thompson is staying out. He'll run second with Ryan Segan third, Brennan Poole fourth, and Harrison Burton in the 5th position. As we get down to the later stages, pit road still is open under green flag pit stops or green flag conditions, and it's Brent Cruz that will now come down pit road. He will make his pit stop at lap 74. That will turn the lead over to Dean Thompson of Sam Hunt Racing. Let's cover the pit stop for the Mobil 1 Toyota Supra as Brent Cruz comes to a stop in front of Steve Post.
3, 2, 1. Drops it right in on the signboard. Crew around to the right side of the Mobil 1 Toyota. Brent Cruz reported the car was a little tight on that earlier run. Around to the left side now. Second can of Sunoco fuel is plugged in to the left rear of that car. Left side tires off. Left side tires on. Dropping the jack. Looked like a solid stop. Brent Cruz down and away.
So Dean Thompson will inherit the race lead. He still has to make a pit stop as this all plays out through the cycle of green flag stops and what is now our longest green flag stretch of the day, Todd. Looks like there's a clear team that may have made the right call, at least at this point.
Yeah, looking at it at this point, Sheldon Creed came to pit road on lap 70. He's in a situation where he's got 3/4 of a second on Sam Mayer, who has about that same margin over Justin Allgaier. If you look at it, Sheldon Creed and the 00 team, they've won the cycle so far.
Well, Sheldon Creed may have won the cycle, but he may be about to lose that spot to Sam Mayer. When everybody comes in, this will cycle into what will be the battle for the lead. Right now, it is 8th overall on the racetrack. Let's follow this Creed, Mayer, Allgaier battle as Creed tries to break the draft on the front straightaway.
Snaking up the front straightaway into turn number 1. Sheldon Creed all the way to the bottom, has 1 car length over Sam Mayer. 3 more back to Justin Allgaier. Here comes Mayer to the inside of Creed off turn 1.
Sheldon Creed trying to hold off Sam Mayer and Justin Allgaier. For the moment, he keeps both of those 2 cars in his rearview mirror. The last time through turn 2, Creed had his hands full. The car danced sideways on him. He holds about a car length over Mayer, this time off the corner.
The 2 Haas factory teammates battling for position on the racetrack. Right behind them, about 3 car lengths behind, is Justin Allgaier, who has been really loose a couple of times a lap ago. This end of the racetrack as Sam Mayer goes to the inside of Sheldon Creed, back onto the front straightaway.
Going to take that spot away. Current race leader Dean Thompson is no longer. He's got that Toyota on the pit lane. 3 cars knotted together on the front stretch. Mayer, Creed, Justin Allgaier. This is now 5th, 6th, and 7th.
That's the way they run into turn number 1. Sam Mayer trying to get away from Creed before Allgaier gets by. That's going to happen right now in turn number 1. Creed slides up the racetrack. Here comes Justin Allgaier to the bottom.
Allgaier is there out of turn number 1 to the left rear quarter panel of Sheldon Creed, racing full throttle up this 3,000-foot straightaway, side drafting each other as they go to turn number 2. Allgaier into the corner. He'll take the spot away from Sheldon Creed.
While those 2 were battling for position and negotiating through the tunnel turn, it really allowed for Sam Mayer to open up that advantage. You can call it nearly a good full 10 car lengths here this time by.
Justin Allgaier not having the best of fortunes getting around Sheldon Creed. Took him a little bit longer than what he anticipated, and that's allowed Sheldon Creed, or that has allowed Sam Mayer to pull away. This is not the battle for the lead. It is now for 4th as we continue to wrap up green flag pit stops. It's Ryan Sieg that has cycled to the top of the leaderboard, leading his first laps of the day with Harrison Burton, Ryan Ellis the top 3. Then you get back to Mayer and Allgaier. They are 4th and 5th at the moment.
For 250 years, America has been more than a place. It's been a promise, a story of courage, hope, and dreams. And through it all, local TV and radio broadcasters have been there, telling the story of America, bringing truth to light. Broadcasters tell the story of who we are and who we aspire to be. We are America's storytellers. We are broadcasters. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Hey guys, Corley Joy here. Make sure you catch Stag and Pennies on all the NASCAR platforms each week. We talk to some of our greatest drivers, winners, relevant stories. You never know who's going to show up.
Hall of Famers, everything. And you're going to get the best race highlights, the best content, the best scanner audio, the best reactions, and by far the best pit road breakdowns of any other podcast. Corey, where can they hear us?
You can find us on NASCAR on Tubi, SiriusXM Channel 90, wherever you find your podcasts, or on YouTube. Go check us out.
We have just had our 15th lead change of the afternoon here at the Pocono Raceway, and that sets a new track record for lead changes. And there's going to be another one, at least 2, as Ryan Sieg and Harrison Burton have yet to make their pit stops. When they do, that will cycle the lead back to Sam Mayer with 21 laps to go. From Pocono Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-212-2828. 800-212-2828. That's 800-212-2828.
You've never been one to idly watch someone else do something for you. There's pride in self-reliance, in working with your hands, in harnessing the power of an E3 spark plug with Diamond Fire technology, yielding better engine performance. You have a choice to make. Take control of your ride, of your life, or be the passenger princess of it. Visit e3sparkplugs.com to put the power in your hands.
The 1993 season. Available on podcast platforms and MRN.com.
This is Taylor Gray. You are listening to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts series on the Motor Racing Network.
"20 laps to go in the Miller Tech Battery 250 here at Pocono Raceway. Harrison Burton has got around Ryan Sieg to take the lead. This is the first lap that Harrison has led today. We still are waiting for Harrison Burton and Ryan Sieg to come down the pit lane for their final pit stops. 20 laps to go. When they come down, Sam Mayer will cycle back to the top of the leaderboard.
As we run our longest green flag stretch of the race, let's go out to our turn announcers with the Shady Rays observations from the turns, brought to you by Shady Rays. Shady Rays, the official eyewear of 2311 Racing. Premium polarized sunglasses backed by Lost and Broken protection. New customers save 20% at shadyrays.com. In turn one, it's Kyle Rickey.
Yeah, a lot of observations here in turn number 1 today. And first, the key to having a good running or a good passing car, good handling car here at this end of the racetrack to make those passes starts way at the exit of turn number 3, having a good run up this long front straightaway, and then being able to rotate that car to the bottom of the racetrack. Fairly tight radius, 14 degrees of banking, and right now Sam Mayer and Justin Allgaier have been able to do just that. That's why they have been the class of the field for much of the afternoon here today at this end of turn number 1. Tim Catalfamo, you're over in the tunnel turn, over in turn 2.
Yeah, Kyle, what I've been watching this afternoon is just how much on edge these drivers are, literally skating their way through the tunnel turn. You have to kind of pitch the car, if you will, going into this second turn. And we mentioned the bumps earlier in the day. They are very rough for the drivers. It doesn't take a whole lot to upset the balance of the car with the speed that you're carrying through this section. So I have been watching the last 20 to 25 laps as the day has gotten later. The sun has gotten lower on the horizon.
Trouble off turn number 3. One car will spin to the inside of the racetrack. That will be the Patrick Emmerling car that will go for a spin at the bottom of the racetrack, and that will put us under Hardy's caution number 8. You heard the observations there from Tim in turn 2. Nathan Prouty, what about you at the end of the short shoot in turn 3?
Yeah, Mike, much the same over here as Tim is seeing in turn number 2. As the sun begins to set, the grip level seems to be going down. The preferred lane on the racetrack over here in turn 3 has been right against the white line, or the yellow line at the bottom of the race.